The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
You're now tuned into a Planet Fanatics production.
I am the Senate. Do it. Do it.
What up? What's going on, fellow fanatics, on this Monday morning? New week, fellow fanatics. What's everybody up to? Let me fix something on my camera. I don't like the way that looks. I am not in the middle. I am not. There we go. In the middle, and I really don't even like the look of it, but that's all right. We'll go with it. All right. Appreciate everybody being here. What is up? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Things have kind of slowed down as far as our weekly watches. House of the Dragon has ended. X-97, thank God, has also ended. Right now, we have now picked up with Lanterns. So we're now watching Lanterns weekly. We've also got, let's see, Ashoka's coming up soon. There's the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that's coming up soon. There's some other things that are coming up soon, but right now the spotlight is on Lanterns. And I must say, what a good debut. But we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about Marvel a little bit, from the X-Men casting to the latest homework that Marvel has given, saying that there are 15 projects that need to be watched by casuals or anybody that's trying to get caught up on what's currently going on in Doomsday. 15 projects that need to be watched. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how incredible, and I do simply, really, truly mean incredible, Ashoka Season 2 looks. Ahsoka Season 2 looks like Kathy's gone. They figured shit out. Let's get going. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing with Ahsoka Season 2. And of course, we'll talk about Maya Boyd, because she's been everywhere. She has been everywhere since the announcement of her as Storm, and I'm loving every single minute of it. I think she's absolutely beautiful, but we're going to get into all that as well. So appreciate all of you guys being here. What is going on, Groovy? What's up, Eugene? What's up, Sheed? What's up, Blue? What's up, Wolverine? Appreciate it. Torian, appreciate it. Lawrence, appreciate it. All of you guys that are here, I appreciate you guys. Sorry, I'm eating my Chick-fil-A breakfast. Chick-fil-A hates me. I don't like their hash browns, so I make them drop fresh fries anytime I go. And when I go in the mornings, it's typically every other morning that I'll do a Chick-fil-A breakfast or something like that, especially since I'm on the go in the mornings early. So, um, yeah, they hate me, but yeah, let's see. Where do we want to start? Where do we want to start today? Where do we want to start today? Let me see my bookmark history here. Look where we are. Let's start with lanterns. Let's start with lanterns. Because lanterns currently is sitting at a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that is an audience score and critic score. And I must say, well deserved. Well deserved. Well deserved. Now, here's the thing. As I told you guys, as I've said many times, I will come on here and I will eat crow if I was wrong. Now, I did change my tune after the second trailer that they dropped of, which should have been the first trailer, after the second trailer that they dropped for the lanterns, because that first trailer just didn't do anything for me. It didn't push anything, didn't really show anything. I understand it was a teaser trailer, but it was a 2-minute teaser trailer. And in that 2 minutes, I got nothing. The second trailer, however, was a good trailer. We got to see somewhat of the Manhunters in the second trailer. We got to see some of the power being used from the ring in the second trailer. We got a little bit more dialogue in the second trailer. In the second trailer, we got a little bit more of what's kind of been going to be going on within the Lanterns series. And again, from what I watched last night, great job. I think Kyle Chandler is doing a good job as Hal, but I really think that as far as I'm just going off of Justice League, or Justice League Unlimited. When I'm critiquing my John Stewart here, I'm looking at the way that Aaron Pierre is playing John Stewart, and it is akin to what I'm seeing from Justice League Unlimited or Justice League. He's got the attitude, he's got the swagger, he's got everything that makes John John. We have not seen him got to really see him use the ring at all yet. Of course, first episode, but what a good first episode. And something that Quasimodo, I don't know if he's in here, but something he had said on Twitter was very, very true. The Lanterns episode 1 had more action in the hour-long episode than the entirety of Wonder Man. And why do I bring that up? Because that's one of my biggest criticisms with Wonder Man. That's one of my biggest criticisms with a lot of these shows is that we wait so long to get to the action. We wait so long to get to the meat of why we're all here. We do this slow burn of, for example, like people like to say, if Dave Filoni's directing a Star Wars project and the ship goes down, well, we're going to spend the entire episode fixing the ship. And I feel like a lot of the time that's what it is with a lot of these superhero shows. But it seems like it's not the case with Lanterns. Seems like with Lanterns, we're moving. Seems like with Lanterns, we're getting some really good action. And I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And apparently everybody else is too. Again, this is the critic score and the audience score. Um, great episode. Great episode. I think it's just going to continue to get better. I like this whole the aliens. The scene that really was really good to me was when Hal went to Nebraska and they ended up and he was on the football field and he was talking to or in the stands on the football field talking to the sheriff of the town. She comes up there and he's asking her all the questions and one of the questions that he was asking her was like, how many are any of those people out there mourning? Do any of these people or any of you see anybody crying? You see why is nobody standing around them? He's like, is it because nobody knows these people? And that could be because they're extraterrestrial, they're alien, blah, 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 blah. Just really good. Really good. The conversation between him and the extraterrestrial in the interrogation room at the police department, very good. His attitude and demeanor as Hal is great as well. When he meets Hal, that we're in 2016, so at the end of the episode, which the leaks and rumors were true for that Hal did die at the end of the first episode. Well, we know that he's dead because we go from 2016 to 2026. And this has been out there. So if you haven't watched or whatever, this stuff has been out there. Especially the stuff for episode 1. That stuff leaked a long time ago. but they are going to so we skipped from 2016 to 2026, and in 2026 we see that John, I believe now, is the lantern, but I don't think he has the ring. Looks like Hal's ring was taken off of his finger or something like that. Doesn't look like he had the ring. So not sure exactly what happened to Hal. We'll see as the show progresses. I thought the teaser that they gave for the weeks to come for the episodes were really good as well. This by far is, again, the best thing that DC has done since James has taken over. I don't know how involved James Gunn was with the lanterns. I can't sit and say, and I don't want anybody else to tell me, oh, well, James Gunn said that he's involved with every project. Well, James Gunn said a lot of shit. James Gunn said a lot of shit that has not come to fruition. James Gunn said a lot of shit that has deemed to be untrue. James Gunn said a lot of shit that people just now ignore. So yeah, at one point in time, he did say that nothing crashes through his desk without his approval, and nothing, goes into production without his involvement. I don't know how involved James was in this, because I don't see James's footprint on this. I don't see James's carbon print on this at all. I don't see anything that resembles wacky, crazy, obscure James in this show. This seems like this person, the people that were involved with Lanterns, understood their assignment, know the characters, know the tone that the audience is wanting to see, know that the audience is not wanting some slow burn 10 episode. We get to the 10th episode and then we finally get the suits and we finally get powers. No, nobody's wanting all that stuff. We're jumping straight into it. People are getting what they're wanting. And again, I don't see James's finger or footprint on this at all. And I like that. I like that. And I like that simply because it's not I know I say this every week when we talk about DC, but it's not Jimmy Olsen. It's not Batmite. It's not Sergeant Rock or any of the other obscure characters that James is trying to push upon the audience, or maybe not so much anymore with the cancellation of a lot of these projects. But it seems like these people involved with the lanterns understand, again, what the audience is wanting to see. This is exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about how abysmal Wonder Man is. People want to see the action. People want to see superhero in their superhero show. And not only are we getting superhero in our superhero show, we are getting mystery and intrigue, and it seems like in episodes to come, spectacle. These are all things piled together that I don't want to speak for people, but I would like to say I've seen a majority of a lot of people saying the same things. They want to see this shit. This is what we want to see. We want to see comic books brought to life, not your adaptation of a comic book brought to life. And this is great. I must eat crow. I must eat crow. This was good. This was good. This is the best thing that they've done in the DCU so far. And here's my thing though. I kept saying this too. I love Aaron Pierre so far as Jon Stewart. How is that going to translate in Man of Tomorrow with James Gunn directing? Is he still going to be the serious John that he is here? And not to say that John doesn't have humor moments, but John is more of a uptight, tight-knit military guy. He's always been that guy. So I wonder how that's going to play out in James Gunn's Man of Tomorrow. Because James has an issue even with that. And I say that I'm bringing up a scene that Marcus hates. It's the scene in Superman when Lois goes to whatever, the Justice Friends Tower, whatever the fuck they call themselves. She goes over to their little tower, their place. She's talking to them, and she says, I need help saving Superman, blah, 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 to where Mr. Terrific said he wasn't going to help. Then he ends up helping, gives the speech of why he's going to help, blah, blah, blah. Then they go outside, and then it's he's like, we'll take my car, I'll drive, or whatever. Then the garage door goes up real slow, and it's creaking, and the camera's just panning on them to the garage door. And then it was a serious moment. Great dialogue between Mr. Terrific and Lois, just for James to say, nah, I got to put my thumbprint on this. I got to show that there's some type of humor in this. So I wonder how Jon Stewart is going to translate from the Lanterns when we see him first, not whether we've seen him here, to when we see him in Man of Tomorrow. I don't know. I really like it here. I haven't seen Man of Tomorrow. I don't know. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. I'm not in the camp right now of trusting James. I'm not in the camp of trusting James right now. Um, so I do wonder again how that's going to be. I haven't seen Man of Tomorrow. Some of the things that I have seen from Man of Tomorrow, I do like. I liked them. A lot of people didn't like the Lex Luthor suit. I liked it. Thought it looked good. Um, from what we know about Man of Tomorrow thus far, the characters that are going to be involved. I mean, you know this. If you know that story, you know what's going to be going down. I'm sure James will probably twist and turn some things in his own way, but by and large, it's probably going to be the story. Um, so we'll see. We'll see, but we'll see how John is portrayed in Man of Tomorrow. But again, I really do like Green Lanterns, or Lanterns, the show. I think they're doing a good job so far. Yeah, good job so far. I want to show the trailer that they gave for the weeks to come, but HBO likes to hit you. Actually, we may be able to. Let me see here. Lanterns. All right, here we go. This is for the one for weeks to come. I think we're gonna get hit though. I mean, it just looks good. It just looks good. It looks like it's going to be how many episodes is it? Hell of a next 7 weeks. Looks like it's going to be good. And the story so far is intriguing. The story so far is captivating and has my attention. First impressions are lasting impressions. You know, I always say it's, one of the things I use Andor, because I know Perp said in the comments that I never watched Andor. I did watch the first 2 episodes of Andor, and first impressions are lasting impressions. After I watched those first 2 episodes of Andor, I thought this is some dog shit, and I left. After I watched the first episode of Lanterns, I'm wanting more. I'm intrigued with the story. I'm captivated. They have my attention. And like I said, first impressions are lasting impressions. For me personally, I feel like that should be with everybody too. If I don't find interest in it in the first few, I'm not the good old let's give it, let me waste my time and give it 5 more episodes. Nah. This right here though, I'm giving it all episodes. I'm watching every single episode. Now with even with House of the Dragon, I was about to bow out of House of the Dragon too. That season finale was good, but everything in between I really didn't care for. X-97, I just hated. So first impressions, lasting impressions, and I thought that this was good. Yeah, 2 episodes, and those 2 episodes were dog shit. 2 episodes. I think it was 2 episodes at what? 30 to 40 minutes. So that's, you got to think about that. I'm sitting 40 minutes watching a franchise, and we'll move to Star Wars now that I'm talking about Star Wars. But you guys let me know what you guys thought about Lanterns. Did you like Lanterns? Did you think that this first episode was was it good? Have you watched it yet? What do you guys think so far? And how do you think that Jon Stewart's going to translate in Man of Tomorrow with James Gunn directing him instead of the folks over Lanterns? So let me know what you guys are thinking about that. But to answer this before I go into the comments, before we get to Star Wars, yes, 2 episodes. I'm watching when I watched Andor, as most of you already know, Star Wars is it's my everything. I when it comes to movies and stuff like that, I put Star Wars, even in the state Star Wars is currently in, I put Star Wars above Marvel. I put it above DC. I put it above any, because it's the franchise, the sci-fi franchise that I fell in love with first as a child. And fell not just first, but fell in love with the most. So I love Marvel, I love DC, but none of them will ever come close to Star Wars for me. So when I'm watching Andor, and I was excited for Andor. If you go back, I think I have a reaction to that trailer up. Very, very, very excited for that trailer. Then I sat down and watched, which is reactions I never put up. The episodes, Andor episodes 1 and 2. I never put those reactions up because I really didn't say much in the reactions. I didn't enjoy what I was watching. So I'm sitting watching Andor, and I'm watching one of my favorite franchises continue to crash and burn. And yeah, so with 2 episodes at 30 to 40 minutes an episode. It told me all I needed to know about that show and what they were doing. Yeah, I know what the buildup is. The buildup is Rogue One. There's no suspense for me. We know where these characters end up. They end up in Rogue One. They all die. The only people that survive that are worth anything in the future continuity of Star Wars that is on the silver screen is Mon Mothma. None of the others from Andor are ever brought up in canon or anything else again because they don't matter. Just like that show doesn't matter. Cassian Andor doesn't matter. Until you get to Rogue One. You get to Rogue One, he plays a huge significant part in the things that are going on. But all that stuff leading up to Rogue One, I think you just give me Rogue One, and me personally, I'm good. You give me Rogue One, and me personally, I'm good. But I'm not, and I do know, I know that as well. I know that as well. I know that it's so much deeper than it's the corruption. Guys, it's literally, it's Star Wars. I mean, I know what Andor is trying to convey, and I know what they tried to convey through the however many episodes it was, 2 seasons. And it is the fall of the Republic. It is the rise of the Empire. It is how dark things are. It is the incoming darkness. It is how Palpatine has manipulated and played everybody like puppets. It's how he has overtaken the Senate. It's how the Senate members themselves are not seeing past their own hubris and blindness and trusting Palpatine. It's the plans to the Death Star. Trust me, I get it. It's the poor execution of it for me. I don't need lightsabers to enjoy it. I don't need the Force to enjoy it. I don't need, Palpatine cackling in the background to enjoy it. I don't need Vader strolling by to enjoy it, but I do need it to be quintessentially Star Wars to enjoy it. And I don't care how you flip it, spin it, bop it, or twist it. Andor is just simply not quintessentially Star Wars. It's not. It is a version of Star Wars without it doesn't have the magic. Let's put it that way. You're getting the politics, you're getting the conversation, which I love the politics in Star Wars. People hate episode 1, but episode 1 is literally politics, trade routes, fucking tariffs and shit like that. That's literally what episode 1 is. It focuses a lot on politics. And I understand that's what Andor is. Andor focuses a shit ton on the politics. It focuses a shit ton on the stuff behind the scenes. It's not so much the forefront shit that's happening. I get all of that. It's not quintessentially Star Wars. It's simply not. It's not. And if you feel it like it is, like I tell you guys every time you watch Andor, or you guys bring up Andor, if you love Andor, that is fucking fantastic. Fucking fantastic. It is very much not Star Wars. How many times do they talk about the Force in Andor? How many times do you feel the magic in Andor? It's definitely not quintessentially Star Wars. You could definitely say maybe it's a footnote in Star Wars, but it's not quintessentially Star Wars. It's not. What we are about to view, what I'm about to go into, Ahsoka, that trailer, that's quintessentially Star Wars. That's the magic of Star Wars. Let me put it this way, since it's very much Star Wars, as Perp says. I was going to read the comments, but now I'm going into this. Since it's so quintessentially Star Wars, let me, and I'm asking the chat this, not just Perp. I'm asking the chat this. Most of us probably weren't. I would say most of us weren't in this chat. Most of my viewers, age range wise, were not born when A New Hope first dropped in, what was that, the late 80s, 70s, 80s. You think if they dropped that Andor trailer with the same, not obviously not with today's CGI and workings and things like that, with the workings and things that they had then, you think if they dropped that Andor trailer as A New Hope, as this brand new sci-fi film or whatever, and it was Andor, do you think Star Wars would be the Star Wars it is today? No, I'll tell you why it's not. Because the magic, there was zero. There's no magic in Andor. There's nothing that makes you feel like you're in a galaxy far, far away. There's nothing that makes you feel like, hey, I've actually stepped into a sci-fi world, a sci-fi realm. In Andor, thank you, Blue. I know it wasn't. In Andor, how many aliens do you see in Andor? They use more people than anything. You don't see you're not seeing. It doesn't feel like I'm in a galaxy far, far away. It feels like I've stepped into the next town over. It doesn't feel like I'm in a galaxy far, far away at all. So again, for those of you that liked Andor, for those of you that liked the that side of what's going on in Star Wars, not that that side has never existed before. There are comics that cover just the politics of things. Hell, there's a whole entire season of Clone Wars, the animated series, that covers nothing but fucking politics. Politics is a huge part of Star Wars. But when you're taking that politics with characters that we already know their fucking fate, and not only do we already know their fate, but you're taking characters. I mean, for me personally, I don't give a flying fuck about Cassian Andor. I don't. Brother, I appreciate what you did in Rogue One. I appreciate you helping Jyn Erso. I appreciate your sacrifice for the rebellion. Go, yay, yeehaw. I don't give a fuck about Cassian Andor. I don't care how Cassian Andor died. He could have died on Scarif. He could have died by the hand of Vader. He could have died in a space. He could have died in his sleep. I don't give a fuck about Cassian Andor. He is not a character on the staple of characters of Star Wars. He's just not. He's not. So, again, if you loved it, relish in it, roll around in that shit, have fun in Andor. Have fun in it. But I'll show you what Andor will never, ever, ever be. And we'll check out the Ashoka 2 trailer in just a second. But before I do that, let me go back up here. Nathan Moore said it felt good watching Lanterns. Yes, Lanterns definitely felt good because it felt like DC. Well, I can't say it felt like DC's getting their shit together. It just felt like, hey, one good DC project out of all the DC projects we've gotten so far, which is not a lot. The DC projects we've gotten so far have been some bullshit. So yeah, it was definitely a good watch. Lauren said they should have promoted the show better. They definitely should have. That second trailer should have been the first one. Did I watch The Ninth Jedi? I did. I haven't finished it, and I can't tell you that I am. I don't know that I am. I have not finished it, but I really don't even know if I enjoyed it. Nathan Moore said you might not watch a lot of series. Probably not. Jay Namikaze said, I'm sorry, but I don't care how good it is. I'm not watching Lanterns because I love Hal Jordan. I'm tired of seeing my favorite character represented the correct. Hey, you know what? Incorrect way. Yeah, no. Everybody has a right to feel that way. I mean, that's the way I am with the Black Panther franchise within the MCU. I won't be watching anything that they do in that IP. Lauren said, I give shows 2 to 3 episodes. If it doesn't have me hooked, I might come back when it's done. Yeah. Time, man. Time is moving. We are already in September. We're already in September of 2026. We've got 3-4 months left in this year. About to be September. It's not September yet, but we're damn near. Might as well be. October, November, December. After that, we got 3 months left. Time. So no, I don't got time to be divulging 30 to 40 minutes that I could be doing. That's a workout. That's 30 to 40 minutes of me on a treadmill. That's 30 to 40 minutes of me lifting weights. So 30 to 40 minutes of me doing something around my house that needs to be done. That's 30 to 40 minutes of me going to run some errands. That's 30 to 40 minutes of my life that's not spent on dumbass Andor or other dumbass shit. Eugene said, I do have a question. Does John's dad in 1996 know about Hal? If so, how? Could be since he's in the military, it could be like military stuff. I really don't know. That's a good question though. But with him being in the military, and I would assume he did know in a way, maybe, or maybe he just knew what most civilians knew, that he was the Green Lantern. His name's Hal Jordan. But with him being in the military, maybe the military has some type of knowledge on Hal. Ira said, Lanterns definitely has potential to be one of the best shows ever. She said, I'm digging on Zomacon. I'm like that. Don said, Andor Season 2 enhanced Rogue One immensely. Hey, brothers. I tell you what, I can watch Rogue One. I've never seen Andor season 2. I've never seen the entirety of season 1. I can watch Rogue One right now and still get the exact same feeling I got. I saw Rogue One many times, not as many times as I saw Black Panther in theaters, but I saw it many times in theaters. I thought Rogue One was so fucking good, and I still think it's one of the best. It is one of the best things that Disney has done since acquiring the IP. It remains that. I think that film came out in 2016, 10 years ago. I thought Rogue One was so fucking good. I took my cousin who doesn't care shit about Star Wars, didn't care a fucking thing about when we left the movie, didn't ask me or seem interested at all in the movie when we were there, but I just had to share it with everyone. I said, "Hey, you're coming to this movie. I know you don't care about Star Wars, but I want you to see this. You have to see this." Left the theater the same way. But I thought Rogue One was so fucking phenomenal that I was just I was anybody with an earshot. "Hey, let's go see Rogue One. Hey, have you seen Rogue One?" So for me, Rogue One is still that. Rogue One, I don't need Rogue One to be enhanced for me because it already is an enhancement. It already is an enhancement on the story that we thought we knew. They added more to it. The stuff that they're adding with Andor and whatever the fuck they were doing. I don't care. I don't care. But with Rogue One, brilliant, bro. Brilliant. Brilliant. Nathan Moore said, "Is this how you have always been about watching shows, or is this after being a YouTuber who talks about shows?" That's a very good question. I blame Marvel. I blame Actually, I don't blame Marvel. I blame Marvel. I blame Marvel. I blame Lucasfilm. I blame the last, let's say, 6, 7 years of content. I blame Disney Plus. There you go. When did Disney Plus become a thing? In 2018? That's who I blame. I blame Disney Plus because from there, with all the shows that have been announced since Disney Plus, all the shows we've seen on Disney Plus since then, whether it be Marvel, DC, or not DC, sorry, Marvel or Star Wars or whatever, I have been either extremely happy at the end of a show, but more times than not, I've been extremely disappointed and pissed the fuck off that my time was wasted. So over time, and I've said this is why I feel the way that I feel with DC, with the DCU. Over time of sitting here and giving my all into these shows, because if you go back and you watch some of our reactions, we used to react. This is when I had a panel. We used to react to almost everything, every show. I mean, She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel. We did all that stuff, and you can watch as our reactions from show to show get worse and worse. Our commentary gets sharper, gets meaner, gets more irritated because we're watching, whether it be Star Wars. I watched it on both because not everybody on my panel was a Star Wars fan. So I watched it on both. I watched the shitty ass Obi-Wan show. I watched Acolyte. I didn't watch Skeleton Kids. I was checked out by then. I watched the Book of Boba Fett do whatever the fuck it did. I watched a shitty season of the Mando Grogu or the Mandalorian. I've watched several bad things, Visions. I've watched several bad things on the Star Wars side, and several bad things on the Marvel side that has just led me to be like, you know what? I am at a point where I'm done with dumbass. This is why I don't subscribe to the whole Wonder Man is great, because Wonder Man's not great. It's a show about a superhero not doing superhero shit. And maybe in 2020, I would have defended Wonder Man, probably. I probably would have defended Wonder Man in 2020. But because I've been burned so many times, and because I'm one of the people that I don't have to touch an oven 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times to know that that bitch is hot, I bowed out a long time ago. A long time ago. So I tune into the shit that I know I'm going to like. Dre said, right before I get to a nap, Darius is hitting us with Star Wars facts. Amen. Oh, yes. Read that one. What's going on, Tony? Appreciate you being here. Lauren said, Ahsoka trailer looked better than season 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 It seems like, and I'm going to get to that. Tony, not talking to me. Groovy said, Andor makes it seem like humans were the only people affected by the Empire. I mean, they seem, Andor, a lot of the live action Disney Plus Star Wars shows do this, but a lot of them seem like I don't know if it's a budget thing. I don't know. But you could go watch episode 4. Walk into Mos Eisley's the bar in Mos Eisley. Aliens everywhere. Walk into Mos Eisley. Aliens everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, there's people, but there's aliens everywhere. Aliens everywhere. When you walk into the bar in Mos Eisley in episode 4, the camera pans to several different species of aliens that are species that have names. There are so many different species. I think there's over there's over 1,000 something different. I don't know the exact that, but it's like 1,000 something. Over 1,000 something different species is in Star Wars, and we choose human. That's what they chose in Andor. Human. They said, "Hey, we're gonna throw a bunch of white humans at y'all because, hey, Star Wars. There's no aliens in Star Wars. There's no magic in Star Wars. There's no interest in Star Wars. There's no intrigue to make you go to a galaxy far, far away. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put politics in space for you guys. Politics in space. The only thing that Andor was good for was that Mothma speech, and the only reason that Mothma speech is fucking fire, but it's also fire because that Mothma speech, because Star Wars is poetry and it rhymes, it flows. That Mothma speech is so good because it flows right into Rebels. When they're rushing Mon Mothma out after they cut the speech, that's because they're about to kill that bitch. They're about to kill her. So what happens is they call the rebel, or they call Ezra, they call the Ghost Crew, they call Ezra, they call Sabine, Hera, Ghost Crew. They call everybody. They call them in. The Ghost Crew comes in and they swoop Mon Mothma, and that picks up. So if you watch that episode of Andor where they're blah blah Mothma, they're getting her out, then you go watch that episode of Rebels. It's literally them picking her up and flying her off. And for me, Andor can end right there. And go right into Rogue One. I don't need the other shit. That Mothma thing, that was brilliant though, because it just flows. It flows. And then you flow into the whole argument with her and Saw Gerrera, because Saw Gerrera saw her speech and said, "Oh, look, now she wants to be for the blah, blah, blah." I'm telling you, I bro, could have been great. It wasn't, but it could have been. Lauren said Darius was like, he could have died in the street. I don't care. I don't. Cassian Andor is not a character. Remember when they did that? Where is it? Let me see. Where is that? Star Wars Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Ahsoka, Mando, and Cassian. Remember when they did this and they thought this shit was fire? They swore up and down they ate with this shit. Hold on, let me show you. Lucasfilm. They're so funny. All right. Remember when Lucasfilm thought they ate? Damn. Where is it? Fine, I'll just show it. I'll just show this then, since it's fucking doing that. They thought they ate with this right here. The picture of all of them. I don't remember what magazine. Cover this was. But they thought they ate with this. And the funny thing is because they were thinking future. This is the future. We're moving into the future of Lucasfilm. And the future of Lucasfilm for them was fucking Cassian Andor on the list. Cassian and now these three make sense. Ahsoka, she's loved. Was she loved in 08 when she was introduced? Hell no. Is she loved now? Yes. One of the most beloved characters in Star Wars. Mando. Din Djarin. Yes. Maybe not so much after Mandalorian and Grogu and after season 3. Still very much liked character within this franchise. Of course, Obi-Wan is loved. But you put Cassian Andor as like a big 4? You could have done with these three, left the magazine alone, left that on the magazine cover, and kept his ass out, because Cassian Andor is on no one's Star Wars checking for list. No one. But they thought they ate with that shit. They were like, oh yeah, let's put that out. Let's show the fans what we got coming for Star Wars. You, like I said, they also didn't care for D23. They showed sizzle reels of the sequel trilogy that attendees said were the same sizzle reel that they showed at CinemaCon and SDCC. Like, what the fuck is going on at Lucasfilm? How did we get on Andor? How did we get on Andor? I don't know. I said something about Andor. Oh yeah, I compared it to the slow burn, or I compared it to how I typically give episodes a watch or whatever, and then was comparing it to Lanterns. Let's see. D Sizzle said Ahsoka season 2 looking solid. Yes, I'll check it out. Ricardo. Andor was missing the classic flavor that was there from the beginning. Andor had the tone of Blade Runner in space. Let's see. I'm going to call back. People calling me. Not just Marvel Blue. It's not just Marvel's fault. It's Disney Plus. I blame Disney Plus. D Sizzle said Star Wars X-Wing novels are focused on rebellion with Wedge Antilles, but still felt like Star Wars. Yeah. Let me see. I need to text her. I need to text my aunt back. That's my aunt. Keeps calling me. Vision Moore said Andor was a lot better than Obi-Wan. Oh yeah, well, you know what? I can't say that. I do bet you that I could probably see that. I could probably see that. I didn't watch Andor, as you know, as I've said, but I could bet you it was better than Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan was truly dog shit. There are 14 known alien races that appear human down to the DNA. The show speaks for you ain't getting that many aliens. Yeah, well, the show. Is that coming from the showrunner Tony Gilroy? Because I remember Tony Gilroy saying a lot of shit that just was like, I don't understand. Like when he was saying, "Don't expect to see lightsabers." Okay, I could see that's fine. That's fine. Again, you don't have to have lightsabers, but don't expect. He also said, don't expect to see lightsabers. Don't expect to see the Force. Don't expect to hear about things like that. Don't expect to blah, blah, blah. But then if he said this too, you're not getting that many aliens. That's also, it's just wild. It's wild. Like, what show are you doing? I thought that Mando flick was mid as fuck, not worth multiple viewings. So no, not at all. Obi-Wan in the Book of Boba Fett was hot ass. Oh yeah. Oh they say that in Green Lanterns. Oh, oops. Yeah. Oh yeah. Take all that out. You got Star Trek. Okay. Ahsoka season 2. Ahsoka season 1 was not the best. It was not the best. It could have been better. I like the Clone Wars flashbacks. I like the stuff with Anakin. I hate the stuff with Sabine. I never wanted Sabine to, even in Rebels, when she wielded the Darksaber, the training and stuff that she was doing with Kanan, and the stuff that she was doing with Finn Rao and stuff like that. I never really liked Sabine with a saber. I prefer her just being more a traditional Mandalorian with the things that she was doing throughout the first seasons. Now the stuff that, her having force powers, I definitely hate that. I absolutely hate that. I'm not sure why they did that, and we're still continuing that on in season 2. So that's something I don't like from season 1. I also didn't like season 1 how we just spent a lot of time on just desert we finally go to a different galaxy, or I'm sorry, not a different galaxy, but the unknown regions. And in the unknown regions, we go to Peridia. And while on Peridia, it's this desert planet. It's like, how many desert planets have we already been on? We go to another desert planet in the unknown regions, a place we've never been as Star Wars fans in live action or in any form of media outside of the comics and novelizations. So we've never been to the unknown regions. So I was expecting a little bit more. Yeah, so just a bunch of different things, but season 1 was it was what it was. Season 2, however, looks like it is going to be taking swings that, that Dave definitely wanted to probably take during season 1. Um, I think it was Lawrence earlier that said it looks better than season 1, and I think one of the reasons it does look better than season 1 is because now that Dave is in that president seat and he is no longer in the seat of can I do this or can I do that or let me run this by you or can you approve this. He is the one making the decisions. He is the one calling the shots. He is the one doing all the final approvals and this and that. The minute Dave became CEO or president of Lucasfilm, they delayed Ahsoka. They delayed it. He went back in, changed some things, fixed some things, blah, blah, blah. There's also some whispers out there from people that are closer to the situation that have said that while Kathleen was there, it wasn't all rainbows and daisies between him and Kathleen Kennedy. There was one side of the room that was Kathy, another side of the room that was Dave, and they were saying that during meetings and things like that, that they would constantly bump heads. I could see that, but Dave is a company man. Dave is not going to get out here and say something about Kathleen or say, don't go see the Mandalorian and Grogu or not promote it or not do this or not do that. He's going to be a company man. He's going to get out there. He's going to do what he has to do to ensure that Lucasfilm overall survives, ensure that Star Wars overall survives. Because at the end of the day, Dave has been one of George's right hands from the very beginning. Dave understands Star Wars. Dave loves Star Wars. Dave understands George. He loves George. He understands Lucasfilm. He loves Lucasfilm. At the end of the day, it's not about him. It's not about Kathy. It's about the overall IP and how can we get the overall IP back to the glory that it used to be. And anytime that Dave touches anything, whether it be the Clone Wars, whether it be Rebels, whether it be that, what was the other? Maul Shadow Lords, it's always phenomenal because Dave understands these characters. Dave understands this universe, and I wouldn't trust it in anybody else's hands right now other than Dave. And it seems like with this season of Ahsoka, we're getting the Mortis gods. That's harkening back to our Clone Wars days. We're going back to the Mortis gods arc. We're getting the father, the son. I don't know, the daughter died during the Clone Wars series and basically manifested herself, gave her life to Ahsoka to where Ahsoka is now who she is. Morai follows Ahsoka around, and Morai is the daughter reincarnate. Anakin is basically, I think, taking on the role of the father. Now, the son, I'm not sure who takes on that role, but I don't know if that's Balin or I don't know what happens with that. But also rumors saying that we should be leading closer or leading somewhere to Abeloth. And if we are leading to Abeloth, if Abeloth is a part of this, that again, this is what I mean when I say quintessential Star Wars. We're not spending time in the corridors of the Senate. We're not spending, and not to say that that's not Star Wars. It's great, but for an entire show, to each their own. But we're getting Abeloth. Abeloth in Star Wars is something I never thought we'd see in live action or on a show or anything like that. I thought Abeloth was strictly staying on the pages, strictly staying in the books, strictly staying in the comics. Never something that we'd see come to fruition in a or TV show. Nevertheless, a live action TV show. So to have the rumors that Abeloth may be coming, and the background on Abeloth is Abeloth was once mortal, living amongst the Mortis gods. She was, I believe, a mom figure to the son and the daughter. But as she got older, she realized that I will eventually age and die, as this family, these kids that I've come to love, will not. So she drank from a forbidden. It's like I forget exactly what it was, but she drank from it, and it gave her a immortality like the Mortis gods, except her immortality, being mortal, it changed her a bit to be this grotesque, long, elongated creature like that is called Abeloth. So it if we're getting that, and I know we're getting something like that because we're about to it's about to get weird. Star Wars gets very weird, and when it gets weird, it gets good, and when it gets good, it gets even better. So when we're getting into that weird shit in Star Wars, that shit that you don't typically see all the time, because there are gods in Star Wars, there are different things of that nature, force wise, weird shit. Like, I mean, like the Purgle. The Purgle are not something that you see every day in Star Wars, and it's something that is weird out there. It's space whales. So you're getting into the weirder shit within Star Wars. And since we're diving into that with the Mortis gods and with Abeloth and going back to Dathomir, Dathomir is the planet of witches. The witches, the witches being the one of the only entities within Star Wars that Palpatine himself even feared. Palpatine feared Mother Talzin. He feared Mother Talzin because of what Mother Talzin could do to him. He feared Mother Talzin because of the power and that the Night Sisters on Dathomir possess. So that type of weird stuff, we're going there. This season, it seems like, again, it's going to be very much more what Star Wars fans have been wanting, what Dave himself has been wanting to get out there. This project is the first project under Dave as president that you can judge and say, hey, okay, under Dave, Star Wars might, I don't think they'll ever get out of the hole they're in, but Star Wars might be able to make a little bit of a turnaround here. And I do trust Dave. So let's see this trailer and see how good this is. And good. It looks so good, man. The dialogue between Anakin and Ahsoka. Trying to see what that is. That's Sabine. Looks like a robot, maybe. Huh. But yeah, having Ahsoka back, having Zeb back, having Ezra actually back and not playing one of the 12 disciples like he did in season 1, looks like it's going to be, telling you, fantastic. Ezra reuniting with the Ghost Crew, fantastic. Let's go back to the beginning here.
Tell me, Ahsoka.
I think that might have, no, I don't think that was Dathomir. So this here, I love this. I believe Ewan is in this season, among the flashbacks with them. I don't believe this is the only flashback we're going to get. We might even get flashbacks once we get to Mortis. We might get, I don't even know if we're going to Mortis. Once we get to wherever they're going with the Mortis gods and things like that, I think we're going to probably get some more flashbacks, maybe to the Mortis times from Clone Wars, or maybe some other Clone Wars flashbacks, or maybe flashbacks that we've never seen. Because this is a lot of people thought that this was going to be the snow flashback to the snow episode from Clone Wars, but it's not, because Ahsoka's not in that episode. And this is not the planet that they were on. So this is a flashback of a time that we did not see in Clone Wars, that they were somewhere else, or maybe it's something completely different. Maybe it's a vision, or that Anakin's giving her, or something like that. I would assume that this is something that they've actually done, though, that we just didn't see on screen. She, I forget her name. It was Arabelle, whoever her name is. I forget her name. That plays the young Ahsoka. She looks, again, great, like she did in season 1.
What troubles you?
You've got clones down on the ground here. Not sure who this is. Someone, again, that they had met during the Clone Wars, but that doesn't. Interesting. I will say, one of my complaints with this, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the new sabers that they're using, because when during Revenge of the Sith, when they were training for the during the lightsaber battles, even during Phantom Menace, when they were training with Ray Stevens as Darth Maul, they used actual wooden sticks, and you can hear it when they're training, and when they're that's how when you watch Ray doing it with the double blade, and you're watching Anakin and or you're watching Ewan and um Qui-Gon, sorry, Liam Neeson going at it, you can hear how hard they're hitting because they're hitting with actual wooden sticks. Even when you go watch Hayden and Ewan do their training for the Revenge of the Sith fight, it's so fast, it's so intense, but they're using the props they're using are different. So watching the Mandalorian and Grogu and this new age stuff that they're doing now with Star Wars, using the volume and everything like that, they are no longer using those sticks. I don't know why they use. So they're using like these plastic, like the ones you get from fucking Walmart. They're using like these plastic ones, and the reason I know that is because I watched the behind the scenes for the Mandalorian and Grogu, where Giancarlo Esposito said he broke like 60 of them because he was going so hard. That fight between him and Mando is actually not that bad, but he's going so hard that he said he broke so many of them. So I don't know if this like new age shit is the reason that the fights look the way they do, because look, I mean, even in the trailer, this looks slow. Like this force. Okay, so this is not this. I don't know who. I'm assuming that's Anakin that force pulled a tree stump here, but look how slow it is. Why is it that slow? Why are all the new lightsaber battles so slow?
I'm always walking by your side.
Citizens of the glorious empire,
Thrawn is a huge threat. He's old as shit here, but he's a huge threat. One of the things that I wish that they would have done for Thrawn is I don't know if Thrawn's going to do any hand-to-hand combat or anything like that, but Thrawn is very formidable, and not just his mind, but in his physical ability to beat your ass too. So I wish they would have leaned on that a little bit more. I know a lot of people had complaints with that in season 1 with how kind of chunky Thrawn looked, but this is the senator from from season 1, the one that kept telling Hera that there's no way that Thrawn could return. So I'd imagine he's going to either eat crow. And here it also is the thing that they've done that they did with Thrawn that I did not really care for. Is they took away a few different things. So in Rebels, when they introduced Thrawn, there's no Vanto. Vanto is his basically right-hand guy in the comics. And the comics, his story in Rebels, his story in the canon story currently in Star Wars is still the story from the comics and things like that. The minute he walks in Rebels, when you first meet him, is where his comics end. It's the same story. It picks up right there. So they did take a few things away though. Like Vanto's not with him. I don't know that his why he's here is still the same reason of why he's here in the comics. Because in the comics, Thrawn is not here because he wants to join the Empire. Thrawn is not here because he, admires Emperor Palpatine. Thrawn is here because the Chiss Ascendancy are overlooking the Empire and trying to figure out, do we deem these motherfuckers a big enough threat to wipe them out? Or do we let them do whatever they're doing because it's not really affecting us? From the unknown regions, from the Chiss Ascendancy, to where they send Thrawn and Raldu. They send Thrawn. They send him to go and spy on the Empire, to where he starts as a lowly commanding officer or officer, and then he rises to the ranks of Grand Admiral. He's the only alien in a part of the Empire. The Emperor is very racist and does not trust any aliens or anything like that. He trusts Masamita. Masamita was his right hand for a long time. There are a few select aliens that he does trust, but it's very far in between. So when Thrawn got promoted to Grand Admiral, it was a pretty big deal. He brought Thrawn into his chambers, explained to Thrawn, what was going on, promoted him to Grand Admiral, and Thrawn is the Thrawn that we all know from Rebels and the books and things like that. But again, his idea of being here is not because, oh, I want to join the Empire, not because I want to I'm raising I rose to the rank of Grand Admiral because I worked my butt off to do so. It's because I have a job to do. Now I don't know again if that is, I don't think that that's what they're doing here with Thrawn at all, because Vonto's not been brought up. What is her name? My Star Wars fans, what is the what's her name? What's her name? The Chiss woman that Vonto is speaking to at the end of the comics. How do you pronounce her name again? Arialian? Damn it, I don't even know how you pronounce her name. Her right here, though. I'll show you. In the comics, this is who Vonto is speaking to at the end. So I don't believe because the Chiss ascendancy was supposed to make an appearance. But I don't know that that's what they're doing. Chiss children, when they are children, are Force gifted. They have the ability to use the Force and things like that, to see things, to navigate, and blah blah blah. I think as they get older, though, they lose that ability. So the Chiss ascendancy, yes. Thank you. I knew Distizzle would come through. That is her. I can't pronounce her name. I'd have to hear it. But yeah. Yeah. So I don't know that they're doing all of that with Thrawn at all. But with him coming into the New Republic now, claiming war on the New Republic and with the Night Sisters, that's different too. The adding of the Night Sisters is different as well. But I like that. I like the adding of the Night Sisters. And it's interesting too, because I assume they're going to have to, maybe they do, maybe they don't, address the reason there are so many Night Sisters. The Night Sisters were wiped out. But Ezra wielding his lightsaber again, fighting Enoch. Ezra's easily one of my favorite characters too. I thought, I hated Ezra when we first introduced him in Rebels, that very first season. It's very annoying. But Ezra, especially season 3, became one of my favorite characters by far. So this was good to see him back with his lightsaber.
Time to decide.
You got Hugh Wang, who is trained like Yoda, who has helped train a lot of almost every youngling that has come through the Jedi Temple. So very knowledgeable.
Are you a Jedi?
And I have to give it, I say it every time, I was never one of the ones that was Hayden is this, Hayden Christensen is that. I hate Hayden Christensen. He's a terrible actor, blah, 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 blah. I've always thought Hayden Christensen did a phenomenal job as Anakin. I've always thought that he is Anakin. And I was so happy to see him back. I was so happy to see him back when he shed tears at Star Wars Celebration, because, I know that's one of the reasons he quit acting. I mean, he saw all the hate he was getting. He saw there were so many vile, mean things being said to Hayden Christensen from the Star Wars fandom. Just for the Star Wars fandom to change their tune. And now everybody pretends that they never hated him. But I say all that to say, just the line delivery there from him, everything. He's so good. He's so good in this role as Anakin. So it's great shit, man. Good shit. Ahsoka season 2 is going to be on. It's going to be January. Forget the exact date, but I know they say it here. I don't think they say it here. No, they don't. But I know it's in January. It's coming in January. Do they say it here? No. It's like January 20th, January 6th, one of those. I know those are very far between, but it's one of those. And it looks like it's going to be great. So I'm definitely going to be seated for Ahsoka, and we'll definitely be doing reviews on that one for sure. Ahsoka looks like it's going to be good. So excited for it. One more thing on the Star Wars stuff. Maul Shadow Lord Season 2. Let me pull that up really quick. Season 2. Bespin. All right, so Maul Shadow Lord Season 2 also got announced, and it looks like it's going to be coming. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord Season 2 release date update coming 2027. So I'm so glad that they are not, holding Season 2 till 2028, 2029. It's coming next year, so that's really good to see. Really good to see. But they said during the Inside Star Wars Maul Shadow Lords panel at D23 on Sunday, somebody confirmed a rough time frame for when we'll see the next blockbuster season for Lucasfilm Animation. Fans recorded this reveal and posted on social media. Shadow Lords was a hit for the company in terms of animation projects even before the release earlier this year. Lucasfilm co-president Dave Filoni confirmed that Maul's journey will continue with a second season. Since then, many fans have been speculating that could come out as early as fall or winter. That never seemed realistic, and it seemed to be proven true. Let's see. As we know, Star Wars is going to have a huge year in 2027. Ahsoka Season 2 was just confirmed to come out in January. Starfighter, which looks like not that great, I will say. And the reason I say Starfighter doesn't look that great, and I'm not saying, let me reword that. I'm not saying that it doesn't look that great because of this, but it doesn't look great because it was under the Kathleen Kennedy regime. This was one of those projects that got the stamp of approval by Kathleen, pushed down her desk to the next fodder to do whatever the fuck they were going to do with it, and then to release this movie. I've heard from Star Wars channels that are still covering Star Wars that Gosling's character is something like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. We've heard rumors that at the end of this movie that the entire journey is trying to get the kid to Rey. A lot of people thought at D23 Lucasfilm was going to announce episodes 10, 11, and 12. If that is something that they're actually trying to do, it may not be something that's on the table any longer now that Dave is president. When Kathy was still president and before she was deleted from Lucasfilm, 10, 11, and 12 were strong rumors that were on the table of things that were going to happen. A Rey movie was strong rumors on the table of things were going to happen. Daisy Ridley returning and Rey in any capacity were strong rumors on the table of things that were going to happen. But it seems maybe with Dave and the seat, he's probably looking and reading the room and like, no, we're not going to put Daisy Ridley back on the screen as Rey. We're not putting Rey back on the screen. I wish people would even stop asking him about the hunt for Ben Solo. I understand that out of the sequel trilogy, Adam Driver's Kylo Ren was probably one of the best things to come out of it. Don't need it. Don't need a hunt for Ben Solo. Don't need anything connected to the sequel trilogy to keep that shit alive. I don't think that they're ever going to retcon it like some people do. But we don't need to keep revisiting the sequel trilogy, whether it be characters, whether it be moments, nothing. Don't revisit the sequel trilogy. For me, it's not even canon. Not even canon. So I don't know what Starfighter is about. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't care. I did see the trailer that leaked from D23, and I don't get the whole upside down. And listen, I can nitpick about little stuff like this with Star Wars because I've been here since 2002. And I have never in my life in Star Wars. I get what they're trying to do. What's his name? Ryan Gosling's character has on a leather jacket, and he's wearing on the back of his leather jacket, it's an upside down rebellion sign. Something like if you were to do like an upside down American flag or an upside down cross or upside down. It's basically saying that you're anti that thing, which is fine. I mean, be anti-rebellion. There are many people in the galaxy that are anti-rebellion or anti-empire or anti-whatever. But it's like, who is this character? What are you trying to do with this? Is he like this rebel? He's just like, I don't want to say rebel, but I'm using rebel not in the way of rebellion, but he's like this punk rock rebel person that you're trying to make into this generation's Han Solo? The thing that made Han Solo was Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford was just being himself. I think this whole trying to emulate Luke or trying to emulate Han or trying to emulate Leia is so fucking annoying. Just create a new character, go with that character, do that character. This whole thing of trying to, like not using Luke, Leia, or Han is also fucking annoying. Recast them. Carrie Fisher has passed away. Harrison Ford is all of 80. Or Mark Hamill is too old to continue on in the role, and looks wise to continue on the role. Like if you do older Luke, fine, use him. But if you're doing anything with them younger, this whole heir to the Empire thing that's supposed to Ahsoka season 2 is supposed to lead off into, and all this kind of stuff. That's Dave's next project that they say is still happening. They say it's just coming to Disney Plus instead of a movie. Recast them for that. If they're not a part of the heir to the Empire, then I'm like, okay, Dave, we got to figure some shit out. I'm not understanding why Luke, Leia, and Han aren't a part of Heir to the Empire. And now, and the rumor is that they're adding the skeleton crew to Heir to the Empire. They're adding Mando and Grogu to Heir of the Empire. If you're going to add anybody, just add Ahsoka. And maybe, sure, if you want to do Mando, why the fuck not? He's been here since, why not? But Heir of the Empire is a great story, man. It's a great story. It is a great story. So I really just I don't want it to be ruined. But recast them, recast those guys, recast them. Get new people, fresh faces in here for Star Wars. Blah blah blah. Anyway, Starfighter hits cinemas in May. Celebration takes place just before, and A New Hope's 1977 version is back in theaters as of February. We could see Maul Shadow Lord Season 2 fit in between Ahsoka Season 2 and Celebration, perhaps closer to Celebration in May. The first season, we'll probably try to do the whole May the 4th thing again. The first season premiered in April and ended on May the 4th with 2 episodes finale, which was great. 2-episode finale was fantastic. The whole show was fantastic. So yeah, Maul is coming back, and as rightfully so, it should. This season or first season of Maul Shadow Lords again was one of the best things they've done, man. It was so good. It was so good. Following where we're going with Maul, there's so much more story to still tell that we can still see with Maul up until, we see him again in Rebels. I believe that is 19 years. No, that's not 19 years. Because Luke is not 19 in Rebels. How old is Luke in Rebels? He's a kid, right? He's like 10 maybe. So we're maybe 10 years of Maul that we have to use from the time we last see him in Clone Wars to the time we see him again in Rebels when he's trying to recruit Ezra, and then we see him again in the Sith Temple. Was great. So now we're getting him with Devin. We're getting, him training Devin, him trying to completely turn Devin into who we all assume is, why am I blanking on names right now? Who we all assume is, oh my gosh. Why am I blanking on her name? Somebody in the chat help me. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name right now. But that's who we all assume she is. Where am I blanking on the damn name? Darth Talon. God damn. I don't know how I'm blanking on why I was blanking on Darth Talon, but yes, we all assume is Darth Talon. So if she's coming in and we're going to get to see her turn into Darth Talon and see Maul continue to eventually turn her, which we know either something's going to happen with Talon and between him and her, either she's going to die because we don't see him with her in Rebels, or she's going to go her own separate way. But once again, they will, I believe, get to Vader. I don't know if in the show we're ever going to completely get to Palpatine, because that's Maul's goal. Maul's goal right now is Palpatine, because at this point in time, until we get to the merging of the two holocrons, Maul has no idea that Obi-Wan's even alive. He has no clue. We don't find that out until Rebels, when they merge the two holocrons, when they merge the Sith holocron and the Jedi holocron. It shows Maul, because he ran out of that room stumbling, screaming, "He's alive! He lives! He lives!" Then his obsession with Obi-Wan continues again. At this point in time, he thinks that the purge of the Jedi worked through and through. Well, just about. Obviously, he knows that Devin survived. He knows that Master Daki survived. But I don't believe he truly thinks that Obi-Wan survived. I think he really believes Obi-Wan is dead. So now I'm going to take my focus from Obi-Wan and trying to kill Obi-Wan, because that was already done for me. I didn't get my revenge there, but I will get my revenge somewhere else. I'm going to go after Palpatine. I'm going to go after the person that took everything away from me, who left me to die, who used me as a pawn. As he said as he told Ahsoka in season 7 of Clone Wars, we were both pawns for greater powers. And it's like seeing all that come together, seeing him claw his way, training up an apprentice to help him get even against Palpatine. I don't know if we're going to see that again necessarily. Palpatine kicked his ass once already on Mandalore. I don't know if we're going to see that again. And comic wise, him and Palpatine have, since Palpatine discarded him, and since Palpatine has seen him beat him on Mandalore, we didn't get to see that part in Clone Wars, which I wish they would have done that instead of the dumbass Martinez sisters. They should have done the 3 episodes where Maul got captured by Palpatine and Dooku, and Grievous had to stop all of the Mandalorians that were still with Maul. Well, 'cause at this point in time, Maul is still the ruler of Mandalore, or he still was the ruler of Mandalore. So the Mandalorians that were on Maul's side were helping Maul try to escape. Grievous and his battle of droids were fighting all the Mandalorians that were trying to help him escape. Dooku had a conversation with Maul where he electrocuted the fuck out of Maul. Maul finally did escape to where him, Mother Talzin, General Grievous, Count Dooku, and Palpatine all fought. Mother Talzin possessed Count Dooku's body to where she could try to help Maul, because she was more so just a force, not a force. She was a spirit, a ghost, or she was using magic at that time because she'd already been killed once, but she wasn't completely dead. So then Grievous snuck up behind her as she's fighting Sidious and stabs her and kills her. And that, to me, would have been so much better than the Martinez act. I say that to say he has taken so much from Palpatine. Has taken a lot from Maul. He's taken his mother from Maul. He's taken his brother from Maul. He's taken his life from Maul. He's taken Maul's purpose from him, what he thought was his purpose of living, as of being an apprentice, of being this, then of course he's remembering all the torture tactics that were used in his training and things like that. So he wants revenge. You discarded me for this old man, which he calls Dooku an old man in the comic. You discarded me for this old man, and now for who he knows that Darth Vader's Anakin. I don't think he knew that at the very beginning, but as they were fighting in in the finale of his show, I believe he realized that, okay, this is Anakin. This is who I was trying to kill on Mandalore. So yeah, season 2, man, you can go so many different places with season 2. You got 10 years to work with of Maul obsessing over trying to kill Palpatine before realizing Obi-Wan is alive. So this is good. This is good. Star Wars, these 2 things with Ahsoka and Maul, good shit. Good shit. I see. I find it interesting they didn't announce another movie, and maybe that's because of the abysmal disaster that was The Mandalorian and Grogu. But Star Wars, to me, thrives when they're on the big screen. They got to get back to the big screen, and they got to get back to the big screen with big characters that people want to see and big stories that people want to see as well. I don't think Star Wars is necessarily like DC or Marvel, to where it's like you got to have a Spider-Man, you got to have a Batman, you got to have Superman, you got to have these big guns in order to sell a film. I don't think so. I'm not one of the people that think Vader needs to be in everything. I'm not one of the people that think that the Skywalkers are Star Wars. I want to get the fuck away from the Skywalkers. I want to get the as far as this fuck away from the Skywalkers as we can get. because we've told that story. We've been in that story. This is a huge galaxy with so much potential, so many different species, so many different planets and places that you can go, so many different weird things that you can encounter. You can take this IP and start fresh with characters that no one's ever heard of. And I promise you, if you do it right, you can knock that shit out the park. So I think that this is great with that, with Maul. I do want to get away from the Clone Wars though. But this is still great with Maul. So if you're into Star Wars and you're liking what you're seeing so far, you guys let me know. Did you like Ahsoka season 2 and how good that looks? And are you looking forward to Maul season 2? Maul season 2. All right, let's see what you guys are saying here. Give me just a second. Sorry, that's my aunt. Still dealing with a lot of the stuff with my cousin. It's not been easy, man. Okay, let's see. NYC said, how do we like Lanterns last night? It was the first topic. It was great. Loved it. I would rewatch. Battery said, Grievous packed up the Night Sisters. They returned somehow, I guess. That's what I said. I'm like, brother, I thought they have to explain that, aren't they? Like, or maybe they don't have to explain it. I guess just go. But did Grievous not? I mean, that's the thing. Palpatine sent Grievous to exterminate the Night Sisters, and he exterminated them. He exterminated them all the way down to their oldest living Night Sister, old Daka. Took her out. Boom. Done. He showed up with like an army on top of an army of droids. He had supers. He had B1s. He had assassins. Come on. He had droidicas. They destroyed the Night Sisters. Destroyed the Night Sisters. So I don't know how they're here. Or why they were in Peridia. I don't know. Lawrence said they had him looking like a cult member in the first season. Yeah, they did. He definitely looked like he was about to do a baptism. D Sizzle said, yeah, that's supposed to be, but I knew they'd retcon some things after Mirren debuted in Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, but see that one with her in Jedi Fallen Order, I was kind of like, okay, so a Night Sister survived. I guess that's believable. Not every single one of them, maybe not, exterminated. Another really good one. For an example of that, if you watch, which I'm not the biggest fan of Tales of the Empire. I don't think Tales of the Empire is as good as Tales of the Jedi. Tales of the Jedi is fucking phenomenal, and I definitely hate. Well, I don't hate it. That's strong. That was a really strong hate. I don't hate it. Tales of the Underworld. Tales of the Underworld is just. I didn't need to know Cad Bane had a kid. I don't care. I don't care that Cad Bane has a kid. But with Tales of the Empire, you see the attack on Dathomir, another perspective of a point of view of the attack on Dathomir, and it's from the point of view of the magistrate. She's a Night Sister. She was introduced in season 2 of Mandalorian and Grogu. She's the magistrate. It'll come to me. But you see it from her perspective. You see Grievous like fighting her mom. You see all these droids taking down Night Sisters. And the way that Grievous kills her mom, it's great. I mean, the dialogue from Grievous in that is great. Him maniacally laughing as he's killing Night Sisters is great. Him telling them to run as he's watching them run, he's twirling his lightsabers. It's fucking great. It's great. So yeah, the Night Sisters were exterminated, but again, I guess it's believable that not every single one of them could have been killed. Battery said Lanterns was pretty damn good for me. I thought so too. Lauren said Hayden got typecast. He should have had more roles. What was that movie, Eagle Eye? Hayden's a good actor. Hayden acted in Eagle Eye. He acted in Takers with T.I. and Chris Brown and everybody. Takers is such a damn good movie. He was good in that too. Yeah, I like Hayden. Hayden's always been a good actor to me. Lauren said all the hate was too much for sure. I mean, for almost all the Star Wars people, whether it was Kelly Marie Tran from from Episode 8, getting bullied to the point where she quit acting and deleted social media. Ahmed Best getting bullied for Jar Jar, young Anakin getting bullied, Hayden getting bullied. I mean, the list goes on. You got Moses Ingram famously receiving countless N-words in her DMs. Yeah, Star Wars fandom's not the best. Cleve 17 said I've always loved Hayden. Likewise. Baby Taroshi said Torshiro said looks good. Yes, it does. Jabari Muhammad said I saw Hayden in other movies. He was really good actor. He has gotten better, honestly. Yeah. I just think as Anakin, he just dials in on that, like the moodiness, the way he talks and drags his voice. It's great. It's great. He does a really good job. A lot of us grew up on episodes 1 through 3. Yep. Like myself. I was in the 5th grade when episode 3 came out. I saw episode 2 when I was in the 2nd grade. Episode 2, I did not want to go see, though. It was for a birthday party. I think I've told that story before. I didn't want to go see it, but I left a huge fan. And then I had I keep saying, I think I've said this to you before. I got to find that. My mom has it. So I had a huge ass Star Wars party, end of school party in the 5th grade. Episode 3 had just come out a few weeks before school was about to end. I had been planning this party with friends and talking to people at school about it for almost, I don't know, for a long time. We had known that I was going to do this. It was a costume party. So everybody had to come dress as your favorite Star Wars character. And of course, we played Star Wars in the back and all this kind of stuff. So my mom just like set the camera on the back deck and just let the camera just record. And it's literally magic. Just magic. It's 5th grade kids in our Star Wars, I was Darth Vader, so I got the whole get up. One of my friends came as Queen Amidala, and she had the best costume of the night. She had like literally the episode 1 head to toe Queen Amidala outfit. A lot of my friends were Jedis. We had people dressed up as clones. So we split up, split everybody up into your respective teams, and it was fun. It was fun. I have that shit on video. So yeah, a lot of us grew up during those days. Don said maybe Abeloth will retcon the sequel trilogy. Fingers crossed. D. Stizzle said me neither. Hayden during the prequels was trying to channel a bit of James Earl Jones. NYC said I need Mother Abeloth. Yes, bring her. Bring Abeloth. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is also. Oh yeah, that's right. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is. They showed a trailer for that. It's not released to the public yet, but that looked good. I like season 1. I thought Your Friendly Neighborhood. No one was really talking about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man like that. But if you have not watched Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, it is good. It's really good. It's animated. I know a lot of people. I'm one of the people too that's weird on type of animations that I watch. I didn't think I was gonna like this animation, but it works. It's fine. It's good. And season 2 looks like it's gonna be really good too. I think that this Spider-Man and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man should be the Spider-Man. Should be the way that they portray. Should have been the way they portrayed Spider-Man within the MCU. It's great. It's a good show. Check it out if you haven't. Let's see. I had a fun time with Skeleton Crew and now Ahsoka. I'm happy. Yeah, people. I know some other people that liked Skeleton Crew. I have not seen not one episode of Skeleton Crew. I've only ever seen that trailer. Never seen anything else from it. After I saw that trailer, I was like, that's a no for me. D Sizzle says, "Zero interest in Starfighter. I love the Starfighter video games, though." Likewise, you were interested in it. The Acolyte did not bother me. I liked it. Not a fan of the Acolyte either. Same, I get why they didn't show it in the public. Honestly, didn't think I liked Project Hail Mary, and I loved it. So Starfighter, I'm going to check out. Project Hail Mary is on my list. I just haven't checked it out yet. NYC Playboy says, well, the actress from Acolyte said that season 2 would have been absolutely fantastic, but alas, racist trolls and neckbeards got it canceled. We shall never see. I don't need to see. I didn't like Acolyte. Acolyte to me fell into the only thing I liked from Acolyte. The only thing I liked from Acolyte was the fight between X-23 and what was his name? The Stranger and the Stranger in the forest. That was it. That was it. The fight where he took on all those Jedi at once, I didn't care for that. I also didn't like the use of Plagueis. I didn't like, even though he didn't say anything, the fact that that was the first live action showing we got of Plagueis, I didn't like that. The slow motion of the lightsaber battles as well too. Like when what's his name? I don't even remember his name. The dude from the Netflix show, the Asian Jedi, when he was fighting, I believe it was the Wookiee. There were so many moments where they like did slow motion stuff, and it's like, why is this slow motion? Why are we doing this like 360 camera span while they're both frozen in slow motion? And it's like, what do we do? That's just not. I don't know. I didn't like that. These are nitpicks. Yeah, just not the biggest fan of Acolyte at all. The witches singing or whatever the fuck the witches were doing. Not like that either. Lawrence, they probably will play the better trailer in front of Avengers Doomsday. Probably. Yes, Carrie's daughter could do it for sure. Compared to Legends, Disney's New Republic is terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Jabbar Muhammad said, recast Han, Luke, and Leia, episode 10 start. Do it. It's easy. It's easy. No one's going to get upset that Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford are not playing those characters anymore. I would have said yes back when he was younger, because I wanted that. I wanted that to be a thing. But Bucky's starting to look old. NYC said, those are mantles and it would be disrespectful to those actors. Fleas cackling like the wicked witches of the West. Don said Sebastian Stan is right there, SMH. He was. He still is, I guess. Rian Johnson killed Star Wars more than Kennedy. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, well, Kennedy was right there with them hand in hand, laughing. But I mean, in order for Rian Johnson to kill Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy has to first allow it. Rian Johnson doesn't get to even come into Star Wars until Kathleen Kennedy gets on the phone and says, hey, Ryan, I've got a project for you to do. And not only did she get on the phone with him after to get him into Star Wars, after delivering the worst Star Wars film to date, she got back on the phone with him and said, you want to come play in the sandbox again? She's terrible, but they're both terrible. Let's see. NYC said, can we get Star Wars stories that don't involve the Skywalkers? There are so much more other than the Skywalkers. Yeah, I want to get away from the Skywalkers. Fans are putting out the watch content. Battery said, Dave has done next to nothing to convince me he'll repair the damage from KK. Well, yeah, he's not done anything. He's done nothing yet. How is he going to do anything yet? How is Dave going to do anything right now? Dave the entire time that Kathleen was even still in control, what was Dave doing? What was Dave's main focus? Ahsoka. Anytime Dave did an interview, talked about anything, it was Ahsoka. It was him talking about, oh, I'm still working on Ahsoka. We're still doing Ahsoka. We're filming Ahsoka. We're writing Ahsoka. We're doing Ahsoka. Ahsoka. Dave wasn't out here promoting Mando. Dave wasn't out here promoting Starfighter. Dave wasn't out here promoting any of the other shit that's been going on with Star Wars. Dave has been quietly working on Ahsoka. So yeah, of course he's done nothing to convince anyone because there's nothing to give to convince anyone. So what he's got to do first is he's got to get Ahsoka season 2 out. That's why I keep saying when Ahsoka season 2 drops, that will be the real measurement of how people can measure thus far and possibly give you a little glimpse into the future of Dave as president of this franchise. But as of right now, no one can put Starfighter on Dave Filoni. If Starfighter does abysmal numbers or if it does good numbers, no one can give that to Dave because that wasn't approved under Dave. That was going to happen whether he was CEO or not. And then the same thing with The Mandalorian and Grogu. It's abysmal. It made as much as Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, but you can't put that on Dave. That's not Dave. Dave didn't approve that. Dave didn't promote that like that. And Dave wasn't out there working on I'm not saying he wasn't there on The Mandalorian and Grogu because he is credited with Favreau, but he definitely was more focused on Ahsoka. Definitely more focused on Ahsoka. Baby Chishiro said, I'm okay with the Skywalkers. We really never got a grown-up Luke proper after Return of the Jedi. The Rian Johnson movie, Lord, I hate that. Yeah. I mean, if they wanted to go that route, if they wanted to recast Luke, Leia, and do the Skywalkers that way with the years of material that they have to pull from source material in the books and comics and things like that, sure. But if you're bringing a writer in that's going to say, hey, I'm gonna do my twist on the Skywalkers, put it in the trash. I don't want to see your twist on the Skywalkers. Let's see. NYC said, sheesh, I totally forgot about the Mando movie came out earlier this year. Didn't it get overshadowed by The Devil Wears Prada 2? It got overshadowed by everything. Overshadowed by everything. Ahsoka season 2 looks amazing. We need Ewan McGregor in a Clone Wars flashback at some point. I need Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka. How you gonna have Ewan's wife in there, not Ewan himself? Right. I'm pretty sure he is. I hope he is. I think he filmed some stuff for Ahsoka season 2. Vaseline said, Filoni can only tell nostalgia stories. He never creates his own. No faith in his leadership. I would disagree with that too. Filoni is over Tales of the Jedi. Those are original stories. Filoni is over Not Heir to the Empire. Tales of the Empire, even though I'm not a fan of Tales of the Empire like that. Original stories. Tales of the Underworld, original stories. Clone Wars, though the Clone Wars series, original stories. Those aren't stories that were pulled from whatever. These are whatever those, and I wouldn't even say this nostalgia. The Clone Wars are something that is one of the biggest wars within the Star Wars lore. For whatever reason, it's the most focused on war. I don't know why, but it is one of the biggest wars in Star Wars lore. So going back to that, I wouldn't say that Clone Wars is nostalgia. I also wouldn't say that Rebels is nostalgia. But I do trust. I trust Dave. I think Dave, out of everybody over there at Lucasfilm, gets it. He understands these characters. Lawrence said, I was talking about Ezra Bridger, but it looks like now they got some budget and he's in the right. Yeah, that's what I was talking. I knew that's what you're talking about. That's what I said. He looks like he's about to baptize somebody last season. Looked like an apostle. The third sister. What about her? Was he in Jumper? Yeah. Was that Jumper or okay? Am I mixing Eagle Eye up with something? With Jumper? Okay, I am. Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf. Jumper is Hayden. Jumper's Hayden. Eagle Eye is Shia LaBeouf. Right. NYC said, yeah, not every single Night Sister was killed. Some survived if you had read the books, but I guess books aren't canon anymore. Depends. Everything's canon until it's not with Star Wars. Oh, there you go, right there. See, somebody said it 14 minutes ago. Eagle Eye was Shia. Awake. That was the other movie he did. Hayden was getting some good movies during those times. During that time, yeah, the movie about the surgery. I might go watch this shit later. It's on Tubi. I know I'm watching it because it's for free. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. I haven't seen this in a while. Jessica Alba. Hayden Christensen during this time really had the potential to be a big star. What happened? Did he just not? I wonder if was it a personal choice? Because a lot of them make that choice. I know he had a daughter, got family focused. Interesting. I miss Ahmed Best and Moses Ingram. I don't miss their characters. I think Reva's a shit character. I think Reva's a terrible character. I think Reva's worse than Jar Jar. Why is Reva worse than Jar Jar? Because one, she's so not that Jar Jar. Actually, I wouldn't even say Jar Jar's unneeded. I don't hate Jar Jar, first of all. But Reva's character is unneeded. It pissed. I think I've shown this before, but I'm gonna show it again. And after I show this, we'll move to the last topic. But I'm going to show this again because I've shown it before. Let's see. Is it going to stay on the same? Let me see. This was my reaction. Reva finding out, or Reva telling Obi-Wan that Vader is Anakin. What's up and what's all right? Let's see. Is this Bad Batch? I did a reaction to Bad Batch. Oh, this is the trailer. My face. That's funny because I know good damn well I didn't like Bad Batch. I like the very first episode to Bad Batch. Bad Batch, by and large, was some shit. Okay. I hated the Obi-Wan show. I would go back and rewatch my reaction just to laugh. Just to laugh. Okay. I'm trying to find the one where I get upset about Reva. Hold on. That's also the Bad Batch. Okay, that's trailer. Obi-Wan season 2. Yep. No, that's a trailer. Was it episode 2 or 3 that she told him? No. So that's episode 3. Be episode 2? Obi-Wan. I really want to find that. Maybe did I not record my reactions then? I might have stopped recording. And the reason I say I might stop recording because I know I checked out of Obi-Wan and I stopped recording my reactions. Maybe it is this season. It is this season. Okay, here it is. Or it's this one.
I am Marshal Estrie.
Obi-Wan.
If I don't get back in time, go. I'll be right behind you, I promise. Go.
You have to. No, I was about to say, I thought that was the damn gun. Kick her fucking ass.
You don't have to worry. You're not going to die today. Lord Vader will be pleased. You didn't know. He's alive, Obi-Wan. Anakin Skywalker is alive.
How does she know that he's Anakin?
That's some dumb shit,
How
bro.
does she know that?
I found him with
That is some
And I
dumbass
cannot
shit.
risk you
That's why I can't
losing
stand
him
that
again.
character. How the fuck
How
does
does
she
she,
know?
bro? How does she know who Anakin is? Okay.
really think I let you take all the credit.
Well, that just retcon fucking Rebels. Well, that episode at least. And any episode with the Grand, well, maybe not any episode with the Grand Inquisitor, but what?
Are you okay?
No.
Anakin.
I got so excited when they showed Vader because Vader looked great. Vader looked phenomenal. But yeah, no, that shit. I hate Reva. Out of all the characters in Star Wars that have been introduced as of lately, Reva is god awful. She's terrible. She knows things that she shouldn't know. Like one of the things in Obi-Wan season 1, I really hated when she went to Luke. She went to the Skywalker, or not the Skywalker. Lars's what's Lars's last name? What are their last names? Whatever. She went to Anakin, to Aunt Beru and Lars's homestead. She fights off Aunt Beru and Lars with her lightsaber out, by the way. It's out. While she's chasing Luke. So Luke sees this person dressed in all black with a red lightsaber chasing him through not only his home, but then later on in the desert. Fast forward 9 years later when he's 19 years old and he meets Obi-Wan in episode 4 and he's looking at the lightsaber and he's like, whoa, I've never seen one of these. Puts it up to his eye and everything. I've never seen one of these. 9 years ago, you just got chased by a crazy ass bitch with a red one dressed in all black, chased you through your house, knocked out your uncle, chasing you with it all through the desert, but he doesn't remember it. So it's shit like that that pisses me off about Obi-Wan because it affects, not for me personally, but the canon wise, it messes with episode 4, like him meeting Leia. She tells him in episode 4, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. You once served with my father during the Clone Wars, blah 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 blah. Don't you think she would have said, you once rescued me, blah blah blah? And I get it, filmed different times or whatever, but think about that shit when you're making dumbass shit. So not that no, I don't like her. I don't like Reva. Itchy Jumper could have been something special. What with sequels? Star Wars needed to get back to being an event in the movie theaters again. Yeah, being an event. That's the thing. What was his name? Kmir could have been cool. No. Johnny said 2005, 2006 was such a great time, Darius. I was in the 5th grade too around that time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The early 2000s, late 90s. Can't replicate it. Job said, so acting in Wonder Man about a self-absorbed actor wasn't good. You're biased, bro. Hey, listen. I don't know what would be my bias. What's my bias there? I'm confused what the bias is. The reason that I say Wonder Man wasn't good, because you said so the acting in Wonder Man about a self-absorbed actor wasn't good. I don't know if you even read what you said, because you're saying that a superhero show was about a self-absorbed actor, and that's what it was about. It was about an actor. You tell me what superhero moments happened in Wonder Man. Was it when he broke the table with his powers and we moved on? Was it when he flew Trevor Slattery out of a prison cell and used his power? Or was it when he got upset, shook a little bit, and then the building blew up? Which superhero moment during the self-absorbed show about an actor getting an acting position was this grandiose event to where I was supposed to sit down and say, slap my knee like the rest of you and say that this is one of the best superhero shows I've ever seen. I take you back to last night, to not even 24 hours ago, to The Lanterns, a show that I was shitting on from the very first trailer. But after sitting down and watching an hour, just one measly hour of Lanterns, trumps the entire 8 episodes of Wonder Man. Why? Because it's superheroes doing superhero shit. We're seeing them use their powers. We're seeing Hal be a detective. We're seeing aliens. I haven't seen the aliens yet, but we're seeing stuff about the aliens. We know that the Manhunters are coming. We've already seen the ring being used. All this type of stuff. What did we see Wonder Man do besides go for roles, make jokes with Trevor, and shake a little bit and break shit? What did we see that I am missing from Wonder Man that makes me biased? And I still don't even understand your use of the word bias here. It's interesting. Dooku in Tales was amazing backstory. Yeah, the Tales for Dooku was fucking phenomenal. Jay the Informant said that's actually some of the best Star Wars shit storytelling from Tales with Dooku. The kid that played Joffrey in Game of Thrones got bullied and quit acting. Yeah, he did. Maybe Ben went back 10 years old, Luke, and wiped his mind. Maybe. Yaya messed over himself in Wonder Man. No, I really want that question answered. Like, I want that answered about Wonder Man. Because it still doesn't, this does not, I'm replaying this, it doesn't compute. Either I'm slow or the point being made is slower. So the acting in Wonder Man about a self-absorbed actor wasn't good, in caps locks, question mark. You biased bro. Again, the use of the word bias here needs a bit more context because I'm not sure in where I'm biased and what you mean or what I'm biased toward with Wonder Man. Also, the acting in Wonder Man about a self-absorbed actor wasn't good. I don't get it. I'd like it answered, but I don't get it. Let's see. I hope we get Obi-Wan in Ahsoka season 2 or season 3 because Ewan is a little sad that Obi-Wan series isn't. Ewan's either sad or broke, because Obi-Wan does not need a season 2. Obi-Wan didn't need a season 1. I don't know if anybody's familiar. If anybody just doesn't know, from the time we leave Obi-Wan in episode 3, for the time we pick back up with him in episode 4, 19 years later, he does nothing. in the books and things, there are skirmishes and things that he does have during his time on Tatooine. He has a skirmish with Boba Fett. He has a skirmish with Chrysanthemum. He has a skirmish with Uncle Ben. He has skirmishes, without and around Tatooine. But the thing is, he never, ever leaves Tatooine. His job is to watch, monitor, and protect Luke. My job is not to run off on some half-baked shit to go find his twin sister, and it's not my job to protect her. When we left the Republic cruiser in episode 3, we left with assignments. The Organas are going to take Leia. The Organas are going to protect Leia. The Organas are going to raise Leia. And they are going to raise her on a completely different planet. I am going to take the boy back to his family on Tatooine. And I will watch over him from a distance. Obi-Wan did nothing else. That is why it was so hard for him to tap into the Force in the show. Because he becomes so distant. The nightmares, the PTSD of everything that happened. I failed. Not only did I fail, the entire Jedi Order has fallen. He spends time not just watching over Luke, but wrestling with the fact of their failure, wrestling with everything that has happened, trying to convince himself that I guess he is still good, or that there is still some good out there, or trying to convince himself that this kid that I've been watching for the last 10 years is our next hope. But Obi-Wan didn't do shit. So I hate the fact that they had him leave. And I really hate the fact that Ewan McGregor, because I love him as Obi-Wan. Not that him saying this doesn't change that for me. I just thought he understood this character a little bit better. Asking for a season 2. He doesn't need it. People drink the Kool-Aid, can't think for themselves, believe whatever Marvel and trades put out. It's good. Yeah. People want to see superheroes be super. Yep. He'll be all right. He had Man on Fire and By Any Means in the Pocket. Yeah. People, that's that one. People want to see superhero shit. That's it. That's what people want to see. That's what people want to see. Superhero shit and their superhero stuff. All right. Last topic here. Marvel is saying that there are 15 projects that are must watch. They are claiming are must watch projects. I do not know what's wrong with this thing. Must watch projects for Doomsday and Secret Wars. And let's go through these projects here and see what they're saying. Marvel post official list of MCU's titles to see before Avengers Doomsday. Now that Spider-Man Brand New Day has officially crossed $2 billion worldwide, insane. Marvel Studios is kicking the marketing for Avengers Doomsday into high gear. Between San Diego Comic-Con and D23, 2 new trailers have been released, offering a better look at Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, with tickets going on sale. If you got your tickets, you guys got your tickets, let me know if you got. I just got mine. Got mine yesterday. With tickets going on sale for months before film releases, Marvel wants to make sure audiences are ready for Avengers Doomsday. Ahead of Avengers Doomsday, Disney has released a list of 15 titles to watch to prepare for Avengers Doomsday. This list includes 4 films from the Infinity Saga, 1 Disney Plus series, 8 Multiverse Saga movies, and 2 titles from before the MCU even began. The list includes X-Men. Okay. X-Men United, Captain America, the First Avenger, The Avengers, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Loki, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Deadpool and Wolverine, Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four First Steps. I could save a lot of people a lot of time. I think important ones out of the 15 they just gave. Is this all 15? Yeah, out of the 15 they just gave here. You could take off you can take off You can take off Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. You can take off Shang-Chi. Yes, I know he appears in it, but I mean, we haven't seen Shang-Chi since 2021. Nothing that happens in this movie is consequential to what's going to happen in Doomsday. Not like it was originally set up to be when it was Kang Dynasty. So I'd say you really don't. I mean, unless the Bengals still play a role in what Doom is doing, or Bengals, I'm sorry, the Rings still play a role in what Doom is doing. I don't think you need Shang-Chi either. You don't need either one of these. Neither one of these. I mean, sure, these characters are in it, but it's the characters of the X-Men. I don't think that is a need to watch before Avengers, Doomsday, or Secret Wars. I'd even say you don't need Captain America: The First Avenger. What the fuck do you need Captain America: The First Avenger for? To watch Doomsday or Secret Wars? I don't think that one's a need. I think the Avengers. Sure. Infinity War, yes, because these are it's a sequel to these. Endgame, yes. Loki, yes. Oh, No Way Home. Multiversal, yes. Multiverse of Madness, yes. Deadpool and Wolverine. I wouldn't necessarily say it's actually, because of the whole anchor Ving and stuff. If that's still playing a role, yes. Fantastic Four, yes. Thunderbolts, yes. Brave New World, even yes. Even though I would say you could skip Brave New World and you could replace it with the Marvels. And the reason I say replace it with the Marvels, because it makes no sense why the Marvels is not on here. Makes zero fucking sense that the Marvels isn't on here. You can hate the Marvels. I don't like the Marvels. I think the Marvels is some poop. I really do. I don't like the Marvels. I thought Dar-Benn was awful. I thought the acting from Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury was weird. The movie just was flat. It wasn't good. Wasn't a good movie. But those three characters are important enough, I thought, to where they should not only just be in Doomsday. I don't even know if they are. But that this movie should be a must-watch before. If not the movie, the damn post-credit scene for sure. But she's not in. They're not on here. It's not on here. I think that you could replace brand new shit with the Marvels, and the Marvels give you way more for Doomsday than Brand New World, or Brave New World. Brave New World doesn't. What does Brave New World set up for Doomsday, other than the fact that Captain America is building Captain America? Well, I guess he is Captain America. Is he not? Black America is building the new Avengers. And you don't even have to watch that to know that. Just watch Thunderbolts. They talk about it. I'd rather watch the Thunderbolts to hear them talk about it for the few seconds that they do than go through and sit and watch all of Brave New World that has no correlation or connection to Doomsday or anything like that. And I guess you could, if you want to use his post-credit scene too, where you got the leader ominously talking about they're coming. I've done the calculations. Not important. It's not important to Doomsday. So I would say Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts. You don't need this. Replace this with the Marvels. Deadpool and Wolverine, because they talk about anger being shit. Other than that, not important. How was 2 funerals and a child important? Not important. Multiverse of Madness, yes. Because it's multiversal, Brand New Day, yes. But other than that, I'd honestly say no. No, not important. Loki, yes. Avengers, yes. Avengers 2012, sure. I don't really see the importance of Avengers 2012 playing a role in Doomsday and Secret Wars, but actually, so since I don't see it, no. I'd even say take that one off. And then these 3 up here, you don't need. Those 3 up there, you don't need. You don't need them. Oh, they had more down here. Despite there being 15 titles on the list, there are some notable absences. Although the Marvels featured return of Kelsey Grammer's Beast ahead of Avengers Doomsday, the film isn't on the list. Also absent is X-Men Days of Future Past. Yeah, why would you not use X-Men Days of Future Past? But still, I still don't even see Days of Future Past being quintessentially important to watching Doomsday or Secret Wars. Because what events from Days of, well, the Sentinels, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna put any X-Men movie on there, I guess Days of Future Past, but I still don't even see that one being like a must watch before Doomsday. X-Men, let me see, featured the X-Men using time. Okay, yeah, but they're just so okay, whatever. It's because it features them using time travel. Well, if that's the case, watch Hot Tub Time Machine. What the hell are we doing? Just because it features time travel, we're watching it? No. Features the X-Men using time travel to create a new alternate timeline. Even though Scott Lang and Ant-Man is in Doomsday, none of his solo films are featured. Thor: Love and Thunder is also absent. I forgot about Thor: Love and Thunder, but why would it not be? Why would it be present? Because of the little girl? Stop. Thor and his adopted daughter. Stop it. Stop it. You're telling me you would put Thor: Love and Thunder on a quintessential watch for Doomsday because of love? Because that little girl shows up in the final like 2 seconds? Stop. While most of the titles include characters that will appear in Avengers Doomsday like Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, one interesting addition specifically is Captain America. Yeah, why? The only other thing Infinity Saga films are 3 Avengers movies, and neither Captain America, Winter Soldier, or Captain America: Civil War are included. But why would they need to be? This suggests the romance between Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter will play much bigger role. Oh, because they're trying to get people on the whole Peggy and Steve thing. It's not an important watch. We all know his affinity and love for Peggy. While most of the titles include characters about the inclusion of Deadpool and Wolverine and Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness raised some eyebrows. More than the first Captain America? Is it just me, or maybe it's me? Am I the dumb one? On the surface, both films are included because of their heavy emphasis on the multiverse, which will play a big role in Avengers Doomsday. They could also hint that Deadpool, Wolverine, and Doctor Strange might have roles in the films, although none of the characters are confirmed. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have teased their involvement at San Diego Comic-Con D23, respectively. Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, is rumored to be one of the more mysterious masked Latvian figures working for Doctor Doom. These movies are recommended but not required to understand Avengers Doomsday as Spider-Man Brand New Day. Watching the prior films and Punisher television series might add context, but you still... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You do. No, it does not. They're trying to say that if you watch the Punisher special, it will add context when you watch Brand New Day. No, the fuck it doesn't. It doesn't have shit to do with it. He's not even... With 15,004 months to go, now is the time to catch up if you want to. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I don't recommend that anybody watch any of these before, unless it's one of these. Actually, I'll say these. And maybe Doctor Strange. But yeah, I don't think that that's really that necessary. Especially some of these don't make sense. She said that raises more eyebrows. The multiversal stuff raises more eyebrows than the first Captain America movie. No. So yeah, that is that's what the movies that they're suggesting that everybody watch before. Honestly, even if you haven't seen those 3 that I highlighted, Loki, Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, Actually, I take that back about all three of those. I think those ones are must watches if you're watching it. If you're gonna watch Doomsday from never had seen anything, if you're just going into Doomsday, whatever, as a casual or whatever, and you haven't watched any of the stuff since Endgame, I say you watch Endgame, get your little refresher, even watch the little one they're re-releasing, um, Infinity War, and Loki, and then those are the must watches, in my opinion. In my opinion, those are the must watches for Doomsday. Endgame, Infinity War, Loki. 15 of these you don't need. You don't need. Outside of this, really just go to the post-credit scene. Same thing. Go to the post-credit scene. Just skip this shit altogether. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Lawrence, the Days of Future Past is an alternate timeline. They probably wanted to let Jean stay dead. We know Storm killed off screen. Yeah. Actually, that's not the last thing. We still got on all of this, Maya Boyd. Ricardo said, oh yeah, let me see what you sent me too. You sent me something on Twitter. Let me see. Wait, did you send it to me? Where'd you send it to me, Ricardo? Is it on Twitter? Or is it on Instagram? But he said, Darius, did you see the D23 banner for Doomsday? It had Kate Bishop and Daredevil in the battle with everyone. No, I did not. I did not. Not on Instagram either. Well, let me know where you sent it, Ricardo. Lawrence reports, I forgot about Nick Fury, honestly. Yeah, I haven't seen him. Monica's in the X-Men universe. So they say. Rumor has it, though, we're not going to see her. Rumor has it, her and her mother died off screen. Ricardo said, casuals really love the Marvels, apparently. Where is Nick Fury? Where is Nick Fury? That's a great question. Ira said, doing an entire marathon of the MCU movies leading into Doomsday is a tough task. Oh, that's a tall order. It's a tall order. It's a tall order. It's a tall order. Eugene, Wakanda Forever introduced Namor and his crew. It did introduce Namor and his crew, but is it a must? Like, I'm looking at this list, though. Like, do you need, like, seriously, do you need to watch X-Men to understand Doomsday? Do you need to watch X-Men 2? Do you seriously need to watch the first Avenger? Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. Even if Namor, the Kukulkan, and the rest of the Talakanans, or wherever they are now, were introduced in Wakanda Forever, is what he's doing when he kills Queen Ramonda, when he floods Wakanda, when he flirts with Shuri after killing her mom in front of her, and all that kind of, are those quintessential moments that need to be burned into your brain to watch Doomsday? Like, what from that film outside of the Kukulkan is going to be in that film that's like, that's from Wakanda Forever? The only thing that you can say, that's from Wakanda Forever, is literally the characters. I guarantee you they're taking no plot beats, no moments like that or anything like that from Wakanda Forever and trying to fit them into Doomsday. Like, why would, like, how? I don't think that's an essential watch for Doomsday at all. Thunderbolts, I also don't think that's an essential watch for Doomsday either. The trailer, sure. Or the post-credit scene, sure. Don't see it. Truthfully, you don't need none except the last Avengers movies and Loki. Yeah, that's it. To me, that's it. Yep, and then those 2 post-credit scenes. That's it. How did I go from X-Men junkies from the 80s to the 2000s, then drowning in apathy the last 25 years? Days of Future Past. Oh yeah, I read that one. I've never seen Shang-Chi because Aquafina or whatever, she's annoying. Did enjoy the Thunderbolts. I enjoyed the Thunderbolts. I thought the Thunderbolts was probably one of the better things that they've done. Jay Namikaze said, not the third act. I didn't like it. See, now I'm curious if Chadwick never died, would they have cast older Storm, or do you think they always wanted to make Storm as young? I don't think they probably wanted to make her young like that. They probably would have cast somebody to fit Chadwick. Yeah, they probably would have cast somebody to fit Chad. Yeah, in your comments on Twitter. Okay, so let me see. Oh, I see it. And what was this? Damn. Let me see. I love for her to have a little bit of alternative Mexican style to look a little bit of a chinka look would look good for Rogue. That would be absolutely dope. Stay from Mississippi while in the MSN Plus Rogue. Give her an Australian accent, then she's as much Australian as she is. I'll tell you what has been on my nerves. Some of the choices and things that people are saying with some of the acting. Like I saw somebody said they wanted Cyclops to be black. Why? There are so many black mutants, so many black X-Men that you don't have to go race swapping. And I'm not a big fan of race swapping anyway. You don't have to go race swapping these characters to get good black characters. All they have to do is dust off the shelf and use them. That's it. You know, they're talking about, oh, we're gonna have mutants introduced in Black Panther. I bet you ain't Gentle. I bet you it's not. It's the most mutant introduction is going to come from Storm, which is fine. We all know who Storm is, but there are other black mutants out there that you could. I mean, especially if you're in Wakanda, you would think introducing mutants black. Seems like Ryan Coogler has been appointed all things black over at Marvel Studios. So you would think, I don't know, let's crack open our black noggins here for a second. Let's dig deep into the black catalog of heroes or here for a second. And let's see, since we're in Wakanda, yeah, Storm is obvious because T'Challa, obviously she's not from Wakanda, but she has a relationship with T'Challa. She has a connection to Wakanda. She becomes the queen of Wakanda, blah, 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 blah. But Gentle's right there. You can have two. You can do Storm. Not if it's Storm. We don't already know Storm's cast anyway. Storm was cast anyway. I don't believe that was a Ryan Coogler pick like they tried to say. The Scoopers were trying to say it was or whatever. I believe that was definitely a Shire and Feige pick. I don't know if Coogler even had any say in that like that. I don't know. But I don't believe that was a pick of his. I think he picked that girl. But there are other mutants that are black that you can use. You don't have to go race swapping, doing weird things to characters and stuff like that. But it's been the conversation surrounding the X-Men cast has seemed to be a lot of that. Seemed to have been a lot of that. Let's see. People on Twitter are kind of deranged. They claim Maya Boyd was light skinned. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go to Miss Maya Boyd. So Maya Boyd, not just Maya Boyd, but our on Friday. If you caught our stream on Friday, it was myself, Tina, Marcus, Chill, Blue. We all did a D23 stream to everything that was going on, the announcements from Disney, from Pixar, from Marvel, from Star Wars. And the best thing to me was the X-Men casting. We're bringing up the X-Men on stage. A lot of the stuff we already knew. We knew Samara Weaving, Christopher Abbott, I believe it's his name. He was rumored as well, which we knew. We knew that Indy had the conversation with Jake Shire over lunch. She had spoken out and said she wanted Mystique, but it seems like she snuck in and stole Rogue from Spaney. Sadie Singh, we know as Jean Grey. Kit Connor, we knew was Cyclops, but somebody that was not on anyone's radar, I didn't see her name come from anywhere, was Miss Maya Boyd. And I don't know who she is. She does not have any, she's not played any movies, no TV shows. She's a theater actress, and she's come out of nowhere, but she is a beautiful face. From looking at her TikTok over the past few days and things like that, and looking at her Instagram and things like that about her, she seems like she is very sweet and genuine. She has a beautiful family. Her TikTok was the viral TikTok that went around in the Black family, when which I didn't even know that at the time. I saw that on TikTok and I had no idea that was even Maya Boyd. Had no idea obviously who she was. Just thought she was just somebody on TikTok. But come to find out later that she is our new Aurora Monroe, and I am very happy with this choice. I'm very happy with the casting of the X-Men thus far. I think Kit Connor is going to make a good Cyclops. I think Sadie looks the youngest out of all of them, and she looks the youngest out of all of them. But we'll see how it goes and everything like that. But I think Indy as Rogue works. Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. She just, even in these moments, the pictures she's been doing, the pictures she did emulating Emma's actions from one of the comic panels, she fits Emma to a T. I think she's going to kill it. I don't know about how I feel about Jake directing this, but it's so far, and you adding in Nathaniel Essex as with Adam Driver playing or I'm sorry, not Nathaniel Essex, playing Mr. Sinister, by Adam Driver. It is. I'm ready. I'm excited for this. The cast is nice. The acting is good. We still got more to come, apparently, from Kevin Feige as well. Feige said that, there's more to come from this. This is not going to be the entire cast of the movie when it comes out, but we're going to get more X-Men that are going to be a part of this film, and more mutants and things like that. I also was talking about just these stories that could be told. He said, obviously there's so many untapped stories within the comics that have never touched the silver screen that they could touch and get the X-Men a part of, and do movies and shows and things like that over. Hopefully not shows, but movies over. So many different places to go with the X-Men. Like, they could go so many different places with this. This is 10 to 20 plus more years of content and movies and characters that you have to play with. And like I said, thus far, I'm really liking the casting. But Maya Boyd specifically, because she is unknown, because she wasn't on anyone's radar, I think is a huge plus. One of the cons that I do agree with Marcus on, I think it was Marcus was the one that said it. I do hope that she has, and I wonder how that's going to go, though, because this is her first ever movie. This is not only just her first ever movie, but you are jumping into your first ever movie with a major studio company that at one point in time, and still seems to be the case in some matters, has the world in the palm of their hand, with eyes watching them at all times. So you're jumping into this studio. I don't know if she's going to have the voice or a backbone or anything like that to say, or even how much she knows about Storm. I'd be curious to know that. I'd be curious to know her knowledge on the character outside of the phone call. Do you want to play Storm from the X-Men? I mean, Storm is a zeitgeist character. She's known. People know who Storm is. It's not just like, this It's not just a comic book character. Storm is more than just that. So people know who Storm is, but I wonder if she knows details. Does she know lore? Does she know, what does she know about Storm? But not only just that, just again, when it comes to the protection of Storm, when it comes to the protection of the character, when it comes to things that as African American that you want to see from another African American here, or from an African American hero that we've been waiting to, waiting and waiting and waiting. Not Hallie's, even though Hallie, sure, great, cool, but we've been waiting to see, a character like this, like Storm, brought on screen. The protection of Storm and making sure that Storm is getting the same screen time, some of the same badass superhero moments, dope ass dialogue, just all the things that Storm is. I hope that she is getting that, and I wonder if she is able to advocate for those things without being like, well, you just got here, or without being like, or feeling like, oh, I can't say this because I just got here. I can't say this because I might be deemed as too hard to work with, or whatever. And I just got into the silver screen business. So I don't know. I don't want her to shrink in the background, but I also don't want her to ruin something for herself. But at the same time, I should feel on sets and things. And if especially if you've had me sign a contract for 10 plus years, and you want me to play this character, I should feel comfortable enough to be able to say, especially if she knows the character. And again, I don't know that she does, but if she, let's run with the thought that she understands this character, I should be able to speak my mind enough to say, well, no, Storm wouldn't do that, or Storm would do this different, or Storm might do this, or she might say this, or how she'd handle this, or whatever. I don't know, but I hope that she does have a voice. I hope that they make her feel welcome enough and open enough to where she could speak out about things if she understands and knows things. But we have this is definitely a probably 10-year locked contract. So I hope that through our time with her, if we don't see it at the very beginning, that she does grow with Storm and have the ability to speak on what she wants for Storm. And if she doesn't know the character, I hope that she does have the time to learn the character, to study the character and things like that. 10 plus years, you would think if she doesn't, that's something that would be in her, on her to-do list, to learn this character, to understand this character, so that I can better portray this character on screen for the millions of people that are going to be watching and critiquing. Because not only are we watching and critiquing, she passes the beauty standard for sure. She passes the goddess look as Storm for sure. She is a beautiful Black woman. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think that was the thing I kept saying over and over on Friday, was how beautiful she is. She stands out up there in this on this in this video. Her and Samara Weaving and I would say Indy too. Her, Samara Weaving, and Indy just stand out. They stand out. So I'm ready. I'm excited. I don't think I've been this excited. I'm even more excited for the X-Men than I am for Doomsday or Secret Wars, because what the X-Men are, what it brings, the stories that they have. I really hope that they don't stray away from the hatred aspect of it. And I get that, that's not really a shined upon thing within the older Fox movies. They do talk about it, but it's not something that's not like one of the main things in the movies. But I do hope that they still stick with that, because the whole mutant hate thing, I feel like with Spider-Man, that has to play a huge role. Going into the X-Men, what mutants are capable of, what Jean Grey is capable of. And if she's capable of this, well, then what are the others capable of? We have superheroes, but blah, 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 all that stuff. So I'm ready for the X-Men. I really, really am ready for the X-Men. I don't know if they're debuting in Secret Wars or Doomsday or any of these people. I know Jean is going to be in Secret Wars. And of course, starting with Nathaniel, starting with Mr. Sinister, the relationship that he has with the Summers, with Cyclops in particular, the relationship he has with Jean and the Greys. So it's going to be good, man. And you've got the right person to play Nathaniel as well in Adam Driver. Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister. I think he's going to kill it. Christopher Abbott, I still got to see. I don't know that I've seen him in anything. Still need to see him as Professor X, see how he portrays Professor X. It's not as if he's going to be dropping like these major action sequences or things like that, unless it's something in the mind. But I need to see more from him. But Kit Connor, I always said I thought Kit was gonna, when they announced him, I said, yeah, good pick. Good pick. A lot of people don't know who Kit Connor is, just like a lot of the cast. A lot of the cast are not well known, but I think Kit Connor is a good actor from what I've seen him in. I think he fits what they're trying to do with Scott. I think he's going to kill it as Scott as well. I really like Kit. So unknown, you're going to get the time out of them, all of them. So it'll work, man. I think it's going to work. One of the things that he said that he's ready for. Let me see here. He said, I grew up on the original movies in a lot of ways. It's really cool because it also feels like we're doing a really different version, a different take, which is really exciting. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready for this. And the voice actress, what's her name? Celie something. She gave our Storm some words of encouragement. I think I liked it. I think maybe not. Yeah, I did. She gave her some words of encouragement. She said, huge congratulations to the Maya Boyd, a warmest welcome into the X-Men Storm family. Coming from the theater myself, I know how the foundation prepares you for the role of this scale and the incredible passion of fans. Theater teaches you how to fly without a safety net, and knowing how to truly soar on stage comes in very handy when you're stepping into the shoes of the mistress of elements. So excited to watch you electrify us, Maya. That was really encouraging to her and good things to say. Like I said, she is a theater actress, Maya. So coming from the theater, we'll see how that translates over for Storm. I do want them to have her. I mean, being a theater actress, I hope that they have her doing the same things that they have Miss Celie doing, as far as like Celie Smith doing, Allison Celie Smith doing, Miss Smith doing, as they have her doing as far as like the lines, I want her dropping the Shakespearean lines and things like that. I don't want Storm to sound like the old one out of the bunch, but when it comes to some of those like I said it on Friday when she said, ancient sands, what did she say? Ancient sands, Storm, he said, Storm bring the forecast. She said ancient sands, sands of time, something, forgot what it was. I said it on Friday. Reclaim these relics of hatred or stuff like that. I want that dialogue from Storm still. And I really want some badass shit from Storm as well. I hope they don't sideline her. And I don't believe her nor Rogue will be a part of the X-Men team thus far. It's the rumor, at least. That's the rumor, at least. I don't even know if the X-Men are the X-Men. But it's coming. It's coming. It's around the corner, and they start filming here soon. And like I said, they're saying Matt Smith is rumored for a role in the X-Men reboot as well. Like I said, I'm excited for it. So that's the cast thus far. I'm excited the most about Maya, but we'll see how everything goes. But you guys let me know what you guys are thinking about the casting of the X-Men thus far. Are you guys excited for the casting of the X-Men? And what other members of the X-Men do you think are going to be added to this group's that has been built as of now? You guys let me know what you guys are thinking. She said, I don't know her, but I believe she will take this Oh, yeah, I believe so too. She'll take it seriously. Take it seriously and know her assignment as Storm. Yeah. Hope Maya studies more about the character than Yaya did with Wonder Man. Don't say that too loud. People love it. She's so beautiful. She is from theater. She's got this. Yeah, she is beautiful. She is beautiful. Storm is a mammy in 97. Indeed. Do you think Maya will have the accent for Storm? I hope they do. Thunderbolts is a team in the Thunderbolts is a team in the team in MC is the Master of Disguise that consisted of Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk, Baron Zemo, Taskmaster, Norman Osborn, Iron Patriot. Lawrence said Cyclops leads the blue team. Storm leads the gold team. Storm is second in command of Cyclops, right? She is a baddie. Yes, she is. She is second in command. Maya can hit that high and low. And she can sing. Yeah, she can sing too. She can sing. Let's see. I wasn't with Samara Weaving at first, but looking at her with the cast, her vibe does feel Emma Frost, and we'll get Stepher Kukos later, I hope. Yeah, it'll be fun. Torrance, I believe Coco Jones was campaigning to be. Oh, really? Tiana? What's going on? Appreciate you being here. Let's scroll down. Fabric said tickets are now available for By Any Means since we're talking about Yaya. Go see By Any Means. Oh yeah, Nightcrawler too. Hopefully Nightcrawler is in it. I want the 97 accent, not the oh, you're talking about Nightcrawler as far as his dialogue and stuff goes. Yeah. I want the 97 accent, not the one Hallie had. Agreed. I got 3 supers I need to address, so let me address these supers.
Motherfucking money dance, honey's in Galilee. Make a joke down in those head and piggyback on Fallon's fleet.
Vaseline said Vision Show has 6 million more trailer views than Star Wars. Probably. Vision Quest looks like it's going to be great. I wouldn't doubt it has more than Star Wars. Star Wars is a dead company, unfortunately. But Vision Quest looks like it's going to be really good. I've been saying that, though. You guys know I love the WandaVision trilogy. So I think Vision Quest is going to be good. Real good. You feel me?
Do it right, do it left, do it right, do it left, do it right, do it.
Andre said, "What's up to me, my X-Men?" Yeah, I need to hear that. I need to hear "To Me, My X-Men." I need to hear "Bring the Forecast." I need to hear all that. Oh, dang, I didn't hit you with a boom. Very excited for Maya. So am I. Really, that was the most exciting thing for me that Friday night. Because if you were watching, we were all looking at it. We were looking at we were kept refreshing. Somebody said the X-Men are on stage, and we saw them on stage. I remember I said, "Who's that black girl on the far left?" And they were like, "That's," we read that's our Storm. And we all started looking her up. And yeah, definitely the most exciting thing of the night for me. So I'm very excited. I am. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this group. I'm happy with what we've got so far. Once we get more plot, when we get plot details of what the movie's going to be about, I'm also very curious on what is the costuming going to be like for this X-Men. Are we doing comic book traditional costuming? Or are we? I hope so. God, I hope so. I hope it's not these Eternals ass fucking costumes, the MCU costumes. I really hope not. I would like to see Indy in the brown jacket like Rogue with I would like to see the comic accuracy. I really would. I want Storm in the leather. Yeah, I want the comic accuracy for sure. Kit in the comic. I don't want the full suit. I want the hair out. I want the full body suit. I want the hair out for Kit. And then Emma Frost, of course. Come on, man. This is fun. This has been fun. All the X-Men stuff, the casting. Charles Melton, is he in? Is he out? We don't know. He's talking about now how it'd be exciting. I mean, is he Beast? Is he not? We don't know. But all the rumors of all the characters, people that might show up, the rumors of actors, the putting the fan casting and putting people in different it's fun, man. This is fun. It feels like, damn, we're actually, and it's fun because it's a chapter in the MCU that we've all been dying to visit, dying to get to the X-Men. So it's so fun to finally get to the X-Men. I hope they just do them justice. I really do. But so far with this casting, man, I'm telling you, I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to do it. Pull it off. X-Men First Class, Uncanny X-Men. You could add Bobby to this group. You could add let's see. How many we got? One. You could even, I mean, they're going. So yeah, I'd go Bobby. I'd go Bobby, Gambit, Beast, Nightcrawler, because Wolverine's not going to be in it. So I'd go Bobby, Gambit, Beast, and Nightcrawler for the remainder of this team. But you need a hitter. You need like that. You need the muscle. So I'd honestly put Colossus too, but I don't know. Well, it's just me. I like the list so far, though, so I'm excited for the X-Men. But you guys, again, tell me, let me know how excited you are for the X-Men, if you're excited at all. We got a quarterback. We got a quarter Black Caribbean as Professor X. Oh yeah, I do Angel too. I do Angel too. I do Angel too. Yep. Bobby, Iceman, Angel, and Beast. Or Bobby, Iceman, Angel, and Beast. Actually, yeah, I would do that too. I'd still probably want Magneto, but yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Or Magneto, sorry. I meant Nightcrawler. For sure, Magneto and... Are you asking would I want them or are they in it? Rumor-wise right now, Magneto is not. I don't think Magneto is in it as of now. That could change. And as far as Mystique goes, there's been nothing from Mystique. Just the fan casting of Hunter Schafer still as her, and I still stand by that. I support that. I still support Hunter as Mystique. So yeah, get in, get her done. Get in, get her done. For sure. Did I say Gambit earlier? Bobby, I think I said Bobby, Gambit, Beast, Nightcrawler. Okay, so shit, I'd add 5 more then. I'd add Bobby, Angel, Beast, Gambit, Bobby, Angel, Beast, Gambit, and Nightcrawler. Yeah. That's what I do. That's what I do. I think they went Emma School instead of Magneto. Yes, Magneto's definitely with his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Yeah, I'd imagine so, but I don't know if Magneto's in the movie. They're going to save a lot of characters for the second movie. Yeah. Each team is a school team. Don't want viewers to get confused. Emma's students die. Maybe have her get Jean first. Maybe. A lot of untapped potential here with so many of these stories, though. So many different places you could go. John said Thunderbolts is oh, I read that. I think I read this one too. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So yeah, that's our X-Men so far. Is there anything missing that has happened since I've been on that I've missed? Let me see. Anything that I have missed? Look how terrible that looks, man. Are you fucking around? Is this a hot toy? Or is this a statue? That's awful. Awful. I don't think I've missed anything. Let me see. Letitia Wright says of the Marvel that every Marvel hero plays an equal part in Avengers Doomsday. Oh. Who made this? RDJ gonna play Magneto. That's funny. Odds of Dune 3 outgrossing Avengers Doomsday on their opening weekend have jumped to 50%. Shut the fuck up. Stop it. Yeah, I was going to say it has to be because it's hitting IMAX theaters 4 days early. Dune in its theatrical run, and I love Dune. I think Dune's great. Dune in its theatrical run is not outgrossing Avengers Doomsday. Stop it. It's not doing that. It's not. Spotted on said the Batman too. Ooh, that's nice. I like the bat wings and the bat. That's nice. That's nice. Who is this? What is this? Okay, furthermore, wait. Furthermore, Sue Storm, this is one of those outlets, scooper outlets. They're kind of new, but furthermore, Sue Storm confirms that she had a wife and son, Victor Von Doom. She and Reed meet her, and she is not a variant of Sue Storm, as some have suggested. Her name is Valeria. She is different from Sue Storm. Actress portrays Valeria, Victor Von Doom's wife. What? So they changed it from his mom to his wife and son. I mean, it's a bit disappointing, but it's not that bad, I suppose. Who do you guys think the Latvian witches are? Wanda, Sylvie. I don't know who that third one is. Some people have been saying Ravana, but Ravana's not a damn witch. Okay. Welcome to Derry. Hey, yeah. Season 2 of Welcome to Derry is coming. I'm so glad this motherfucker did not get the role of Charles. I am so glad Bill Skarsgård did not get the role of Charles Xavier. Oh, yeah. Could be Clea. Could be Clea. I'm sorry. I forget about Clea. The last time I saw her, she said I think the last time I saw her was what, 2022? They were off to fight incursions. Steve Rogers will fight a witch in Avengers Doomsday. The witch uses Peggy Carter's appearance to manipulate Steve. Welcome to Derry. Season 2 is going to take place in 1935. Jeez. So more black trauma. More black trauma. Preying on them black folks. Yeah, Spider-Man crossed 2 billion. First, look at this new indie horror game. Oh, it's a game. No, I'm good. All right, I'm about to get. Hold on one more second, guys. Sorry. Okay, I do apologize. Sorry, I'm getting pulled. Supposed to do some things for my cousin today. Unfortunately, this stuff just sucks. It sucks. It's just not done. I'll read these last few here. Jay Namikaze said, "How did the X-Men 97 finale make you feel? By the way, IDK if you talked about another stream, but the season pissed me off so much. It felt like a big waste of time. Apocalypse was a fraud." Yeah, I hated it. I hated this season. I felt like the missing thing was Bo. I think episodes 3 and 4, the episodes he wrote, you could tell were quintessentially Bo. Everything else felt like we were on Adderall for 37 or for 27 minutes, just going. not knowing what the fuck's going on. Like, not just Adderall. Like, we took like 5 Adderall and we're just fucking going. Yeah, it was all over the place. It's all over the place. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Yeah, they're saying one of them is strange. The warden. All right. As much as I do want to keep going through these, I do have to go deal with some family things with my cousin and all that stuff. Chameleon was planned to be the villain. I'm so glad they scrapped that shit. Chameleon. Stop it. What is this?
I don't even think it's out yet. The base. Here we have the first look at Dr. Doom in statue form. My God. So this device we will not talk about.
It's the nullifier.
And here we have Doom's book. And now he's holding it. Or is
That's
crazy.
the nullifier.
Crazy we will not talk about.
So he's going to have the nullifier in the movie. Okay.
Device we will not talk about right now. And here we have Doom's book. And now he's holding it. Or is crazy. Look at how crazy this is. Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom also comes with a normal hand. Very nice.
I actually want that. Not bad. Okay, everyone. I do appreciate everybody being here with me today. Unfortunately, I do have to go and deal with some family stuff. So I'm going to go take care of that. I will be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. It's supposed to be 9 o'clock today, but 9 o'clock, between 9 and 9:30 tomorrow. Same thing on Wednesday. Be back on Thursday for the Pantheon stream. So if you're new here, you like what you saw, like, subscribe, share with your friends. It really helps us out over here. I appreciate all of you guys again. And I will see you guys all in the very next one. Peace out, all.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything. The biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.